I rank where the view is nothing less than phenomenal. For how I express and project from my abdominal. The only view better, both my daddy and my mama know. No living parents, my sons give me balance. My wife is my serenity, this mic is my identity. The world is foul enough, that's why I write without obscenities. Provoking danger with broken language and spoken anguish. Begging to get hurt, why would you ask to go through changes? Yes, Lord, life's a chessboard, master the angles. Control the tempo, be the one who holds the info. Acknowledge is just as deadly as machete swings. When spoken, the truth is as potent as that Medellin. While others swear the style is free, I just let it ring. Our time is undervalued, soldiers make us better kings. My fam's on my shoulder, reaching after better things. Today I take the shot, for them I'd rather set the screen.
My mama told me follow my dreams. My daddy told me get it by any means. Stand tall, make him bow to a king. But I've evolved, you can see the result. Look in my eyes when you speaking to God.
Life and for those who we caught up in using what I was taught with the muse. I guess they call it proving I'm more than an artist. Penciling out my darkest while stenciling out a harvest. And storing what gets me from A to B, just like garages. Instrumental with collages. Envision what I've been drawing. Broadway to give you rhythm like the great Lena Horne. So bent on, found comfort in the storm. Find peace and on when you see them others perform. Organized chaos, I'll cast it like hey ya.
Yo, party people in the place to be. What's good? That's the number one chief rockin' Knicks universe, your main man, Uncle Freezie, and welcome to this thing that we call the Knicks at Night podcast. Y'all want this party started right? Y'all want this party started quickly, right? All right. Salute to all my people in the chat. Carmega was good. I see you, Danny Barry highlights. Sports highlights is in the building. The ball don't lie is in the building. The son of the legend, Kerry Cox, is in the building. All right. A Morena is in the building. All right. What's good, y'all? What's good? So I want to get together with everybody and kind of talk that talk the way that you guys like to have that talk to you. But what I want to do, though, is put an emphasis on the stuff on the court. Right? I want to talk about the stuff that's on the court, man. I don't want to talk about the stuff that's like all the odd narratives, weird, strange narratives, and all that stuff. Man, I would just want to talk about the stuff that's on the floor, right? Talk about the stuff that we see and kind of expect to see going forward. So for one, I've been hearing and seeing something that's really, really unfair, and we need to address that kind of quick, man. You know what I'm saying? The whole thing about Dante DiVincenzo, we gotta relax, bro. It's one preseason game. He's on a brand new team. He hadn't even played with his point guard yet. He ain't even played with the point guard yet, man. Him and Jalen Brunson may have been on the court, but I don't even remember seeing those two on the floor together. We gotta relax. For one. For two, we gotta relax with the Quentin Grimes needs more touches thing. That stuff will come, man. It's not even, bro. Come on, man. It's preseason. It's preseason. You feel me? I mean, come on, man. It's not even, yo, Quentin Grimes and RJ and all them dudes, man. Yo, it's preseason, man. We gotta relax with the, you know what I'm saying? Yo, Grimes and you know what I'm saying? Jumping out the window over Quentin Grimes, not getting 14 shots. You know what I'm saying? We gotta relax, right? One thing I did mention, and I know I kind of jumped out the window on it, and I need to relax on that too. is RJ Barrett was out there playing with dudes that in 3 weeks, these dudes are going to be working at Home Depot. And RJ Barrett was out there playing with them, and he wasn't even trying to dog them. He wasn't trying to establish himself, but that's okay. That's all right. Right? Right? You know what I'm saying? We got to relax a little bit. Now, where I'm not going to relax, where I think there is some stuff that we need to kind of talk about. Tom Thibodeau's offense and defense. Right? Tom Thibodeau's offense and defense, man. It's looking like it's going to be more of the same. But my question is, why? Did we legit spend all summer trying to figure out how we could improve on something that didn't work? Yeah, I'm frustrated by that. Right. I mean, yo, Tibbs, you gotta. I understand the ice pick and roll is, you know what I'm saying, was cutting edge when you introduced it a million years ago. But it's, man, listen, man, it's 2023, and I understand certain principles and stuff. I get it. I get it. Right? I understand Rex Ryan was a you know what I'm saying, he you know what I'm saying, believed in his defense too. Right? What I'm gonna say to you, what I'm gonna say to everybody is certain things need to be tweaked and certain things need to be scrapped. If Knicks fan, as a Knicks fan, were you satisfied with the offense that you saw last year? Illmatics is in the building. One of the dopest screen names ever, Illmatics. Shout out to my guy. Illmatics, we ain't seen you in a minute, bro. What's happening? And Kerry Cox says Grimes just needs to shoot more. No, Kerry Cox, you my man, right? But this is, I understand where you're coming from, and he does get the touches, right? This system, I know I said a lot of this last year. I went to a lot of games last year, and I saw Grimes getting all those touches, and he wasn't aggressive. I saw him taking people off the dribble, and then I went back over the summer and looked at tape, bro. They're using Grimes as window dressing. They're using Grimes as a bailout, right? They keep the ball out. From what I saw, and I watched a lot of Knicks basketball over the summer, man. I watched a lot of Knicks basketball. And what they're doing is using him as a bailout three-point shooter. And Grimes touches the ball a lot, right? The unfortunate part is, and think about this. Think about this, what I'm about to tell you. if Grimes has the ball in his hands and he's the best 3-point shooter, when Grimes needs to be bailed out, who's going to be doing the shooting? And listen, I saw the Knicks play, right? I saw the Knicks play live a few times last year. Unfortunately, not as many times as I like, just because of personal stuff. Stuff happens, right? But say Grimes runs a pick and roll set with Mitch. Who are you going to put in the corners to stretch the floor horizontally, right? Who are you going to put in your deep corners, right? And then who are you going to have on the wing as an option? Yo, stop it, Sherwin. The Hornets wave Kai Jones. Oh my God, that's my secret love right there. For those that remember, for those that have been here for day ones, y'all remember I wanted Trey Jones, and Kai Jones out of the draft. I didn't like Book Knight. I didn't like Duarte. I didn't like any of them dudes, bro. I wanted some athletes, bro. Oh, I love Kai Jones. And he from the Bahamas. Dre says Tibbs will suffer heart failure as soon as Kai Jones signs on the dotted line. Yeah, Tibbs don't want that. Tibbs don't want to like that. As soon as we sign Kai Jones, he's our most athletic player. I think they're not gonna. I don't know what Charlotte is doing. I don't know what Charlotte is doing. Yes. Would I do Kai Jones for Jericho Sims? Yes. And it has nothing to do with Jericho Sims because Jericho Sims is a great person and player and is going to be a good player. Kai Jones has a lot of mental problems. Oh, I didn't know that. I didn't know that. I didn't know that. That's the first I heard about that. Really? I didn't know that. Now y'all bugging. Y'all bugging. Let me look up Kai Jones. Nah, no way. No way. There's no way. Social media for. Oh, come on, Kai Jones. Don't be a weirdo. Dad, Kai Jones, I thought you was straight. Oh. Let me see what Dre. Let me see what Dre talking about. What? Nah, not Kai Jones, bro. Not Kai Jones. Hey man, my chat. The chat has flipped out. Yeah, Sherwin, right. They bugging, bro. And Sherwin, he from Nassau, the Bahamas. Yes. He just want to play, bro. That dude just want to play. And then plus, man, Charlotte is a mess. Comega says it's true. Plenty of videos of him seeming mentally off. Is it pressure, or is he needing counseling? Because pressure can be yeah. He was trying to get out of Charlotte. Thank you. He should be a Knick. He should be a Knick. He should have been a Knick since draft night. I don't believe what Dre said, bro. I don't believe what Dre said. Dre trolling me, bro. Wiz is in the building. Wiz says, Wiz, we gotta have the Deuce McBride talk, bro. Deuce McBride, fan of the show from what I hear. We gotta have the talk, man. Y'all notice I really stay clear of Miles McBride, right? Miles McBride, we stay clear of him. But I think it's man, we gotta have it's about time. You know what? It's not time yet. But if he don't show us something real by the end of preseason, we're gonna have that talk. DSJ is in the building. Yeah, I think IKBM is trolling us, bro. IKBM is trolling us. He says forcing your way out of any organization when you're not a star is a first class trip out of the league. Unless you're Charlotte. But let me talk back. I want to get back to Grimes for a second. My thing with Grimes is this. We don't have an offense that showcases the natural talents of NBA players. Right? Our young players are told to come in and do your job, be professional, don't speak out, don't do this, don't do that, don't do all these things. Don't make the NBA hard on yourself, basically. And what I'm here to say is I don't think that's the way to. I don't think that's the way to do it. My thing is, and listen, I've never run an NBA franchise. I'll tell you what else. I've never even been inside of an NBA front office. So I'm speaking from not from experience, but yeah. Man child is in the building. Hey, listen. Everybody in the NBA can score the basketball. You don't get to this level, right? You don't get to this level in the NBA if you can't score the basketball, if you can't play ball. You don't go from AAU and high school and college and all of that if you can't play. Everybody here is talented. Right? What I'm going to say to everybody is for those of us that played high school basketball and some college, there are some plays that you know that you can run out the gate that's going to get you a basket. Right? You don't have to know the name of every NBA play and action and all of that in order to talk basketball, right? Some of y'all in the chat, y'all might not know the name of certain motions and actions and cuts and screens and combination of all these things, right? You might not know the name of them, and you might not know how they work in sequence. You might not know how to use them to manipulate an NBA defense. But what you do know is that cats at this level are talented. That's what you do know. That's what you do know, right? You do know that when we go into the draft, it's guys that get drafted ahead of us and guys that get drafted behind us. So sometimes when we talk about these actions, when you hear me say stuff like ghost screens and DHOs and zoom actions and horns and elevator and all this stuff, you might not know what I'm talking about, or you might know what it is but don't know what it's called. But what you do know is NBA players are talented. What you do know is if you take Tom Thibodeau away from this team and bring in the coach from Denver, you do know that this offense is going to look totally different. And what you do know is that if you take Tom Thibodeau away and bring in Quinn Snyder, Adrian Griffin, Jamal Mosley, Ime Udoka, any of these guys, you know that our offense is going to look different. I'm not saying better, I'm saying different. Right? And if you know that as a baseline, then you know that what you see on a nightly basis is not what most teams in the NBA are doing. Right? Say, for instance, how do and I'm criticizing Tibbs but I'm not throwing them under the bus, right? I'm not saying fire Tibbs, everybody. I like Tom Thibodeau. I'm not saying fire Tibbs. So for everybody that thinks I'm hating on Tibbs right now, I'm not hating on Tibbs right now. All I'm saying is that we have to tweak some stuff offensively, right? Give an example. How do we have a defensive minded head coach, right? How do you have a defensive minded head coach How do you have a defensive minded head coach, right? With a team or with a team that gave up that was 13th in points allowed. The Knicks were 13th in points allowed, right? The Knicks were third in field goal against. Just shots in general, field goal against. Third in field goal against. Okay. That's great, by the way. Field goal percentage against, we were third. And field goal percentage against, that was great. That was great. We were only behind Memphis, Milwaukee, New York. That's great. That's great. Right? 3-point percentage, the Knicks were 12th. And three-point percentage. That's great. That's great, man. That's great. 12th out of 30 teams, that's great. That's great. I don't know. That's great, basically, because we were bad at one point. And shots per game, the Knicks were 14th, and shots allowed per game. That's pretty good. That's pretty good. And the Knicks were 8th in field goals made per game. Right? I'm looking at this on ESPN Live. I don't have it written down. Maybe I'll put it on a graph somewhere and show it. But what I want to talk to everybody about is NBA defensive rating team 2022 dash 23. According to, you know what? I'm going to put it on the screen. I'm going to put it on the screen. Can y'all see that, or is that too small? That's too small. That's too small, right? I'm going to blow it up. All right. All right. There we go. Now you see it. Cleveland, Memphis, Boston, Milwaukee, Chicago, New Orleans, Phoenix, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19. The Knicks, according to StatMuse, are 19th in defensive rating. 19 in defensive rating according to StatMuse, right? I don't know if I even like defensive rating based on that, but 19 is bad for a franchise that covets defense. We covet defense. We covet defense, right? Y'all know it. We covet New York. I'm not a New Yorker. I'm from the tri-state area though. Y'all know we covet defense, right? I want to show you the ESPN stuff though. The ESPN stuff is mind-boggling to me. I'm going to put the ESPN stuff up here. Hold on, y'all. Because I want to have, I want you guys to see the stuff that I'm seeing. Points allowed per game. The Knicks are 13th. We're 13th last year under Tom Thibodeau, but we covet defense. Right? The field goal percentage thing, that was great. You know what I'm saying? That was great. The shots per game thing, that's great. The 3-point percentage thing, that's awesome. Right? But the thing is why are we selling out one thing to be Why are we selling out one thing to be mediocre? We could talk about all the advanced analytics that we want. It all comes down to the NBA being a make or miss league. As a matter of fact, the Knicks are in a virtual tie with the Clippers. So I'm assuming that the Clippers, that the Knicks may have given up maybe 1 or 2 baskets more than the Clippers, and instead of having it be 113.1476543 they just ended at this in the ones column or the tens column, whatever they call it. The tens column. Why are we selling out everything to be a defensive team and then not be a defensive team? Can somebody help me with that? Why are we preaching all this stuff about defense and then the defense is not there? Now, that is 2023, right? I know what people are going to say. Man, yo, Uncle Freezie, that's 1 year. Okay. So I'm going to show another year. I'm going to go back one season. I'm going to go back to the 2021-2022 season. Right there on the screen, the Knicks were 6th. The Knicks were 6th. That's with Alec Burks. When Alec Burks and Evan Fournier was the backcourt, the Knicks defense was at 106.6. Right? Y'all remember Alec Burks started all those games at point guard, right? I'm going to go back one more season, right? I'm going to go back to 2020, 2021. Surprise! Surprise, everybody. David L., everybody see that? The 72 game season, like State from Harlem podcast of the world, state New York podcast calls it the almighty 4-seed season. The Knicks allowed the fewest points per game, and I do believe they allowed the fewest shot attempts. I believe. I may be wrong, but I think they may have been up there. Let me see. The Knicks allowed the 5th fewest shots per game, and they had the number 1 field goal percentage against. If y'all notice what I'm getting at here, anybody notice what I'm getting at here? Or should I just come out and say it? Come out and say it, Uncle Freezie. Come out and say it. I'm just going to come out and say it. When we had the best defense in the NBA, we still didn't look like championship contenders, man. Field goal, we were number 1 in field goal percentage. We were number 1 in 3-point percentage, everybody. Look at these numbers across the board, man. Number 1 in points allowed, number 1 in field goal percentage, number 1 in 3-point percentage, number one. And we look like a team that was missing pieces. All y'all Jalen Brunson haters, all the Jalen Brunson haters, you can speak now or forever hold your peace. All the Jalen Brunson haters, you can speak now or forever hold your peace. Right? 3-point percentage this season, the Knicks fell to 12th and 3-point percentage. I still think that's pretty good, right? That's still below league average. We were in a weird virtual 4-way tie, right? But you know what it is y'all already know. I already explained that one time. So 12th in 3-point percentage, right? 3rd in field goal percentage, 46.2. Right? Field goal attempts per game, I think we were 19th? Oh, we were 14th in field goal percentage per game. And then in points, we were like, where were we? 13th. Mediocre. I don't know if this has anything to do with the new rule changes where you can't touch anybody. Right? I don't know if it had anything to do with the rule changes where you can't touch anybody now. Scoring is up all over the league and all of that. But my point is, when we were great defensively, we still looked like we were a few pieces away. And when we added a piece or two here or there, we started hustling backwards. I'm not going to talk about Jalen Brunson's defense because he provides so much offensively that I don't care. But what I am going to say is when we were at our best defensively under Tibbs, we looked like we were short 5 or 6, well, not 5 or 6 pieces. I don't want it to sound like Kentucky Fried Chicken now, like we 3 pieces, 3-piece and something. Nah. But what I will say is defensively, when we were at our best with Tibbs, we were still short. My point is, and I showed this to you. I didn't want this to come. You know how people say, man, he just creating a narrative and blah, blah, blah. No, what I'm creating is common sense. Tibbs, we need to get away from this all or nothing thing on one side of the floor and provide balance. We need more risk taking on offense. We need, dare I say, and I know it's going to sound odd, but we need some more bucket getters on offense. My brethren is crying out loud. My brethren is crying out loud, begging for this. They just don't know how to say it. My brethren occupy the chat with, we need a star. We need such and such. Nah, we just need another bucket getter. My brothers and sisters in the chat, at every turn, they say the same thing. Yo, Uncle Freezie, we need a star. We need a star. What the front office waiting on? They need to go get us a star. And what I'm saying is, nah. I don't know if we need another star per se. That's French. I think that's French for it. Is that French for etc.? I don't know. I don't speak French, man. I don't know. But anyway, the point is we need another certified bucket getter. Now, do we need to trade for that guy? Or do we have that guy in-house already? I think that's where our conversation should start. Right? That's how our conversation should start. Do we need to go out and get another bucket getter or put the ball in the hands of one or two guys that we already have? Do you trade everything? Do you trade everything for a Cam Thomas, a guy itching to break out? Do you trade for a Cam Thomas, a guy that all he wants to do is score? All he wants is the greenest of all green lights. He ain't gonna give you nothing on defense. He ain't gonna give you no playmaking. But what he will give you, though, is buckets. Do you go get a Bones Nyland, whatever his name is? Holland, Bones. Let me see what Bones. What's Bones' name? I think his name is like Nashawn something. Bones Holland. Do you go get a bone? Yeah, his name is Nashawn Holland. basically two Emmanuel Quickleys on the floor at the same time on offense. Manchild says, Tibbs has done enough chubby chasing. We need some big guys. But this is not the point, though. My point is certified bucket getter. I showed it to you. I showed you the team stats, the team statistics for 3 years. Tibbs' first season here, we were the best defense in the NBA. Tibbs' second season here, we were about 5th. Last year, I think we were like, what, 13th, 11th? 11th? And you can look at it a number of ways. You can look at it like Tibbs burst back onto the scene and they hadn't seen his defensive scheme in a long time. And so he snuck up on the league. And then the second year, they had a tape of Tibbs. And the third year, they had 2 years of tape on Tibbs defense. Or you can say our point of attack defense from our point guards was suspect outside of Quickly. What I'm doing is pleading to Tibbs, and I know he won't do it. Because dudes that are good at what they do don't want to change because they're good at it. What I'm going to say, and I keep saying what I'm going to say. What I'm going to say, why don't I just say it? The Knicks need a certified bucket getter. Julius Randle, this is his 10th season. To expect Julius Randle, and y'all know I love Randle, but this is his 10th season. So to think he's gonna after 9 full NBA or wait a minute, 8 full NBA seasons, to think he's going to all of a sudden be 50, 40, 90? Nah. He is what he is. He's good. He's good. Right? He's good. But he is what he is at this point. He is what he is at this point, man. You know, no knock on Randall. That's our guy. We hope Randall make the All-Star team again, All-NBA again. The thing is, though, if you go get a guy, if you go shopping, if you go outside if you go outside the house, the home, if you go outside the spot to go get a guy, who are you going to upgrade? Is it Brunson? No. Is it Grimes? Is it RJ? Is it Randall? Is it Mitch? Is it Mitch? Do you need offense from the center position? And I'm not advocating to trade any of these guys. All I'm asking is it time to shuffle the deck, so to speak? RJ Barrett said something on Media Day, and it was very interesting. RJ Barrett said all he knows about NBA basketball is that he's been playing with Julius Randle the whole time. RJ said he's been playing with Julius Randle his whole career. And that's striking. That's striking because you know these things, but then when you hear people say them, you're like, I knew that, but I never thought about it. Y'all know what I mean? You know how you know something and then it don't dawn on you till you hear somebody say it? I'm going to say something that I think you guys know, and it's going to be like a revelation when you hear it. NBA coaches may have figured out Tom Thibodeau's defenses. When he burst on the scene, he was one and thereabout, depending on where you look. Maybe one or two. I'm gonna say one because I'm a Knicks fan. Shit, I'm gonna give Tibbs some credit, right? Then number 4 or 5 with Alec Burks at point guard, and then 12th has the NBA figured out Tom Thibodeau's defensive schemes. Sherwin says our defense has suffered because of the players. I'm going to disagree with you on that one. Hey, and Sherwin, this is the reason why I'm going to disagree with you. I'm not going to disagree. I generally try not to disagree with you because I know you know basketball, right? I know you know basketball, so I'm not gonna. I generally try to direct people towards you instead of away from you. On this one, I'm gonna try to direct people away from you, right? The reason why Tom Thibodeau's defense has struggled is because centers now can pass and shoot 3-pointers. And what does that mean in an ice pick and roll situation, right? You're like, hey, what does that mean? I mean, Tim, we just gonna ice the pick and roll, bro. I mean, we're gonna force them one way and we're gonna jump out real high so that the ball handler won't come back this way. He'll be forced to go the other direction. Right? That's all it means. They ice the pick and roll. All that means is the big shows exceptionally high. So even if the ball does come back around, everybody has time to reset because the ball handler dribbles out to about 35, 36 feet, and everybody else scrambles and gets back into a set defense. Or if that big shows high and the ball handler continues down into the corner, the big can slide back to the rim. Right there, right outside the paint. You know how the paint changes colors? Like the restricted area, you like right outside of that. But now with guys like Mo Bamba, the dude from Indiana, the light-skinned dude from Washington, Kristaps Porzingis, Pascal Siakam, Anthony Davis, DeAndre Ayton, Victor Wembanyama, Chet Holmgren, Wendell Carter. Now with these guys being able to shoot the three or pass, Jokic, Embiid, Giannis, with all these bigs with this exceptional ball handling skill, the ice pick and roll doesn't work as effectively as it once did. And then on top of that, point guards can make that pass to the long corner. The Steph Currys, the Chris Pauls, the Trae Youngs, they can make that pass where they're on this side of the lane, but if there's a shooter in that opposite corner of the floor about 60, 70 feet away, they can make that pass on time and on target. So now what do you do? And I know, and Tibbs, and listen, Tibbs made some excellent adjustments to his defense. That game with Cam Reddish. Y'all remember the Dallas game where Cam Reddish let a center grab the rebound and dribble it all the way up the floor and dunk, and Tibbs took Cam Reddish out of the game, and Cam Reddish never played another minute as a Knick. And you know what? If I'm Tibbs, I think I know it sounds petty, right? I know it sounds petty. But when you're establishing a culture, you can't.
Salute.
Salute. How about them Jets? Jets.
I don't. Wait, I'm just gonna get through this season as best as I can.
What?
But salute Freezie. How you? Salute to the chat.
I'm trying to figure out why the Jets are trying to win in a year that they could get Caleb Williams in the draft and let him sit behind Aaron Rodgers for a year and then be set for the next 15 years.
I don't think Aaron Rodgers would be comfortable saving that draft pick. Anyway, like what we gave up for him, he's not even in the mentality of thinking, I'm gonna develop another guy behind me. Like the stuff he says about Zach, he just says it just to say it. But I truly don't believe that. Like in his mind, he probably thinks he has another 3 years. I don't think he has that much time, but in his mind, he's operating that way.
Right.
And they're not gonna use draft capital that high. They would much rather flip it, draft some project quarterback in rounds 3 or 4, and then turn all of those the whatever you get back for a high draft pick that high into starting players to win a championship, not to have like
because they've done that before, right? They have a blueprint of when they've done that before, right?
I mean, they don't have a blueprint for that in particular, but there is a precedent that's been set recently.
So they don't know if it's going to work, but they want to try it anyway.
they don't know if it's going to work, but there's a precedent that's been set by older quarterbacks going to other teams and them not really thinking about a younger quarterback behind them. I
And
can
you know what those
I
older
can name
quarterbacks do?
what
Can you name how many 40-year-old quarterbacks or 38-year-old quarterbacks left their original team, went to a new team and won a Super Bowl?
Peyton Manning and Tom Brady. And then another older quarterback, Matthew
Oh
Stafford,
yeah,
was in
yeah,
his
yeah,
mid
yeah.
30s.
Yeah, I
That's
forgot about
that's the precedent I'm talking about.
okay. Okay. Okay.
It wasn't as common before the last 10 years for sure,
For
but
sure. Yeah, 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 yeah.
as of late, like
Yeah.
that's the way that they're
Yeah, you could
trying to
say
do
Jim
it.
Plunkett.
Yeah,
Jim Plunkett. Yeah, it's a bunch of quarterbacks. It's been done. It can happen.
it's hard, but winning a championship in general is hard.
Right.
But to get back to what you were talking about, Freezy, about the ice pick and roll, Tibbs hasn't really been doing the ice as much, and the reason why he hasn't done it is because of the things that you named, the skilled big,
Yep.
and it shows up in our roster construction. We literally draft or get a bunch of 6'4" to 6'5" guards
Chubby chasing.
that can smash themselves through screens and navigate screens at a high level, so he doesn't have to use the ice pick and roll
Right.
to stop dynamic guards and
You
wings
know Dante
players.
DiVincenzo was ranked. I think Dante DiVincenzo is in the 90th percentile in screen navigation.
That's who Tibbs loves. That's exactly what he wants.
Yep.
He wants two guys that can isolate, or three guys that can isolate, a bunch of guards that can basically be crash test dummies and fly around screens and navigate screens, sag his big into the paint, and live with the results. In Tim's mind, he's like, we're gonna play this. We're gonna play this cover three defense, right?
Yeah.
We're gonna play this cover three defense. We're gonna let you ch- chip away, chip away, chip away, but ultimately you're not gonna get the easy stuff like the layups,
Right.
like the
What's the benefit?
part
What's the benefit of a cover three though?
the benefit of the
Of
cover
of a
three
cover three
is to
is
take away the chunk play.
well but the benefit of the real true benefit of a cover three is the fourth linebacker.
Right.
You get a big jumbo safety that can run a little bit in pass coverage,
Yeah.
but he's a smasher in the run game.
Yeah.
And the underneath crossing routes, he's just
He's taking that away.
and slot receivers and all of that.
Yeah. And the objective is it's gonna be you might be a little bit soft, like, but it's harder for a team to get 7 first downs and score a touchdown rather than it is to let a team get a 50-yard completion, then they're already in the red zone and they only got to get 1 first down and then you're in pay dirt.
Right.
That
Right.
the objective for us is like, yo, we're not gonna let you get the layups. You're gonna have to
Right.
kill us. You're gonna have to destroy us with mid-range jumpers. You're gonna get those,
Right.
and we're gonna contest them with our shorter guys. But you're gonna get the mid-range jumper. You're gonna get some threes here and there, but that paint stuff, no, you're not gonna get no layups,
Nope.
none of that.
Nope.
And that's kind of why we went away from the icing, because if we went to icing, Mitch would be all the way up out of the paint, and
Yep.
you know how Tibbs is averse to that now. Now,
I think you'll
if we
see. I
were in
think you're going to see a little bit.
2011, if it was 2011, 2012, Mitch would be at the top of the screen,
Right.
pushing these guys, pushing these wing players and dribblers out of the way.
Right.
But we're trying to like be more averse to that because, to be absolutely honest, even when you mention bigs that play that level,
Right.
teams are now like, we go against teams and we go against the Magic, right, Freezy? The Magic might trot Paolo at the center at times.
Yeah.
Ben Simmons plays at center at times just because of his skill set. So it isn't necessarily just a, a natural big thing. The game is shifting away from traditional bigs.
That's where I disagree with you at.
Well, no. The skill set is shifting away from the traditional big. Now, the dominant big, like Freezy, the dominant bigs now can pass, dribble, shoot. But back in the day, a lot of the dominant bigs could just score, but they weren't passing, they weren't dribbling, they weren't shooting far away from the rim. They were just post up guys or guys that can attack the paint. So when I say it's heading away from the traditional big, we can say like we can say there are things that Jokic took from bigs of the past,
Right.
but in my mind there are no Jokic's. There's things that Jokic did, but like for instance, like the entire offense being run through a center was done before. Like with what's that guy? He was on the Celtics. He wore number 5, and then he
Garnett?
started with the no. He started with no, not Garnett, but he started with Bill Walton. Like running entire offenses through your center, like Bill Walton.
Yeah, yeah.
But he didn't possess the ability of Jokic, nor was the game thought of at the time to stretch the court from 26 feet out and being able to score
Yeah,
from that far out
yeah.
and stretching defenses and being a threat from that far out.
Big Red was a monster though, bro.
Of course,
Big
of course.
Red was a
Before he got
a
hurt.
monster, bro. Big
I'm not,
Red
I'm not,
was the Tim Duncan of the center position, bro.
I'm not about to diminish him at all. I'm just speaking from like a spacing standpoint
Right.
because when you're dealing with this particular iteration of the NBA, if your best player is a center that can pass, dribble, shoot from 26 feet away, and you have NBA athletes on the court and spacing on the court, the world is your oyster. You just gonna be able to score whenever you want when you're building around a guy like that. Whereas back in the '70s, spacing wasn't really thought of as that important. You needed to be able to dominate the paint in those days.
And you know what the odd thing is, and I'm gonna get back to the point, but the odd thing is, we think about NBA basketball back then as you know, the guys were tough, man, and these guys could score down low. No, they couldn't. These Yo, when I think back to it, before Patrick Ewing, bro, none of these dudes didn't have all around offensive games. If you remember, these dudes, you know how somebody have a stat line like, yo, man, such and such had 25 points, 25 rebounds, and 10 blocks. You remember them amazing? Like, you
Hmm.
ever think about the old school stat lines?
Yeah,
Like, how Will Chamberlain averaged 30 rebounds a game,
there's a
right?
lot of misses.
Because there were a lot of misses, bro. Because there was a lot of missing, bro.
I'm be
You feel
real.
me?
Like Bill Russell is an all-time great, but if you're a center in today's game and you shooting less than 50%,
Yeah. If you put up an Allen Iverson stat line, bro,
nah,
at center,
no, you're not gonna last very long.
no, no.
Everything is about efficiency at that point because your
Yes.
looks are closer at the rim. If you're a traditional center or quote unquote traditional center, but it, the way we're setting up and our identity and yes, there are things that we do that can win in the regular season because to be absolutely honest, we do things at constants. Like it's a discipline thing. Like it works. But
Right.
when you get into the playoffs, all those habits don't necessarily translate to championships. Flexibility translates to championships.
Okay. Let
Uh,
me challenge you.
unless you have my bad fees, but unless you have just that one type of play that works all the time.
All the time. You gotta have that one. You gotta have that. Right. Boston Boston has a play that I think Boston had a play with McHale that I think teams run it, and I think Denver runs it now, right? Um, where you get a guy in the post, a guy cuts right behind him from the deep corner, right? And what happens is a guy rotates over into his spot, whereas if the defense collapses on the big that cuts to the rim,
Mm-hmm.
then there'll be a wide open 3-point shot behind them.
Mm-hmm.
Golden State runs it, right? So it's Draymond, Wiggins, and Clay, I think, can run this play where a big catches it. He looks to dump right there to an athlete. And if you collapse on that, then there's a shooter right behind him. It's the
It's
most basic 3-man play ever,
it,
right? You don't go right
it's a
to
bit
it.
of triangle if you actually the way you
Yeah,
described it.
yeah,
It's
yeah.
triangle.
Right. But I don't remember the Bulls. I don't ever remember the Bulls running it. Or if they ran it, they didn't feature their 3-point. They didn't feature a Paxson, Craig Hodges, or a BJ Armstrong.
They probably leveraged it to their star getting open. It's
Yeah.
because to be absolutely honest, a Jordan layup is probably more likely to go in than a 3-pointer from anybody in the 90s.
Or a Pippen layup. Yep. 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 Hey, let me ask you this. What offense does the Knicks run? Do the Knicks run?
um, we show we do window dressing of like some motion stuff, but that's at the beginning of a shot clock. So like anywhere between 24 to 15, we do a bit of window dressing, and then after that, it kind of devolves into traditional pick and roll offense. But we don't use the pick and roll to get a guy rolling. We use the pick to get a switch or a
Yep.
mismatch.
Yep.
And if it doesn't work, then we try to go downhill and find a shooter in the corners. The two shooters are static no matter what. They're in the corner no matter what. RJ is the reason why while RJ is not one of the best shooters in the league, he also has made the most corner threes in the NBA, amongst the most, because he's just putting up so many attempts from volume. So has Grimes.
Right. The,
We have a very static, pretty predictable offense. We try to meet force with force, and when you have a guy like Brunson, it works. You can
right.
get away with that. When Randall's hot, it works. But when we get into the playoffs, it's a little bit different because teams already have preset rotations based on your look or what you're going to do. And we already know what we're going to do. To be absolutely honest, Freezy, our offense is pretty much the exact same as it was the first year Tips got here. We just have Brunson and his innate ability to just score whenever he
Yeah,
wants.
we talked about that last summer. You and I talked. We talked about that last summer. Remember, I talked about we talked about Tibbs' offense being the same from year 1 to year 2, right? But Jalen Brunson is just better. We at the time we figured Jalen Brunson would be. You remember we did the video on breaking down Jalen Brunson killing DeJounte Murray in the pick and
Yeah,
roll.
yeah.
So we knew that the Knicks were going to run pick and roll 20, 25, 26, 27% of the time. We knew that, right? And we also knew that they were going to try to use Randall at the elbow, some pinch post work, right?
Yeah, just to get quick mismatches and
Yeah,
going
yeah.
downhill.
Yeah, but what we didn't know is that RJ Barrett's shot was going to disappear
Oh,
again.
oof.
We didn't know that.
We
We
did
had a
not.
feeling. You remember I did a thing with Shotgunner. I did a thing with Shotgunner. I was like, Shotgunner, the only thing Quickly needs to do is knock down one more. I think I said 1.5 more shots a game, and his field goal percentage will be at about 46. is what I was telling Shotgunner. I was like, quickly out and listen, I overshot it, right? I thought that coming into this year, quickly was going to be 46, 40, 90 is what I thought quickly was going to be. Because quickly is an excellent free throw shooter. It's just all of a sudden, you remember when quickly first got in the league, he was shooting 92%.
Yeah.
And hey, chat, y'all remember that, right?
I think it coincides with him getting his body
Muscle.
Yeah, like just getting his body right. Like he is legitimately 20 pounds of muscle heavier.
Yeah.
Probably
Yeah.
more now.
Yeah. Yeah. I heard him say he finally got his weight up to 190. Right? When I saw quickly at Kentucky, quickly was easily 170, bro. You know, when the small jersey don't fit quite right, the small jersey look like it's your daddy jersey. Yeah, you about 160. They say you 175. Like when John Morant dunked on my son, right? So so John Morant dunked on my son. They was in the same basketball conference, whatever. Lakewood, Crestwood, all these schools, you know what I'm saying, in the same Wilson High, all these schools in the same conference, right?
Mm.
Darlington, all of them in the same conference. My son is at that time, he was like 6'3", about 255. But he was a brute. But for high school basketball, bro, a power forward at 255, bro, that's a power forward for real in high school, right?
Had that man out there looking like Othello Harrington.
Yeah. You know how when the large jersey don't quite fit right?
Yeah,
like it looked like it shrunk in the dryer.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, and my son has hops, right? But John Morant has bunnies.
Yeah, there's two different things.
Yeah. Like one dude can jump and the other dude is a leaper. You know what I'm saying?
Like your son can get a dunk off here and there.
Yeah. Like he
John
can dunk
Morant
off the vert, like he can jump
off
off the
the vert.
Yeah, he could dunk off the vert, like, and you know what I'm saying, do his little Shaq dunk or whatever, and he could dunk on the break. See, but Ja is the dude that can catch lobs in any position and still finish.
1 foot, 2 foot, don't matter.
It don't even
Left
matter.
hand,
It
right
don't even
hand.
matter. Right.
He's one of the guys that can decide what he's gonna do with the ball while he's in the air.
While he's in the air. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yep. But my thing is though, ultimately, what I'm saying about RJ and this offense is I'm not blaming RJ for being who he is. I think RJ Barrett is what you call an odd fit in the NBA.
Mm-hmm.
Right? RJ Barrett is just an odd NBA fit.
You need like an ideal roster around him to make him work.
Right.
I like optimally. You need a center that can shoot. So RJ doesn't have to focus on beating more than one guy. Because RJ can bully one guy to the rim. He can't bully that one guy and then get over
And the weak
a rim
side help.
protector. Yeah. And get over the rim. Like, he can't do that.
Nah, RJ
You need RJ needs to attack from a side with a floor spacer on it from the strong side help.
Yep.
and the spacing center. That's the ideal situation for him.
You know who RJ Barrett is, and we'll never admit it. RJ Barrett is Adrian Dantley. Adrian Dantley was a 6'5", 205 power forward. He couldn't jump. Right? He wasn't fast. He didn't have exceptional hands. Right? But he would get in the paint and pump fake. Bro, I saw Adrian Dantley pump fake for 22 seconds, bro.
He definitely wasn't in the paint. He was just pump faking from
He just I saw that man pump fake into a shot clock violation, bro. You know what I'm saying? That man ain't have no move, no none of that stuff. But what he could do is get you in the air and go to the free throw line. And I think that's where RJ Barrett's bread and butter is gonna be this season.
Well, he needs to make them free throws to make it worth our while. And
But he's gotta make them free throws at a high enough clip for people to respect him.
if he gets to 80%, that's enough.
Nah, I think he gotta no. I think 80% is respectful enough for them to pay attention. But in order for him to thrive, in order for the Knicks to, he's got to dominate at that free throw line, bro. I'm saying RJ's got to be, yeah. Hey, Fly God, I'm with C-Mac. I'm with you. 85, bro. 90%, bro. It's got to be one of them things where you skate when you're afraid to foul RJ. You feel me? Yeah, I'm saying because basically what I'm agreeing with you. I just feel like he should just take it a step further,
Mm.
right? Like RJ Barrett has to hit free throws at such a clip that every time you foul him, you're like, damn it. You know what I'm saying? But if it's one of those things, if it's one of those things where if it's oh yeah, I found he,
It
RJ,
reminds me. It reminds me of the stat where it's like Corey Maggette is the only NBA player that has more free throw points than field goal points.
say that again.
Corey Maggette is the only NBA player that has more free throw points than actual field goal points.
Corey Maggette,
Yes,
he's a small forward, right?
a Dookie as well.
And he plays small forward at Duke, right? That's why I mean, yeah, that's why I'm telling people, man. If you want your small forward, man, you gotta get your small forward out of Duke. That's why RJ was the number 3 pick because he was a small forward out of Duke, bro. I mean, take your pick. Grant Hill was the number 3 pick, small forward out of Duke. Jason Tatum, number 3 pick, small forward out of Duke. Brandon Ingram, number 2 pick, small forward out of Duke. I mean, yeah.
Duke small forward just rolls off.
Shane Battier.
Was he? He was top 2, or was he top two, top 3?
Shane Battier. I can't remember. I think he was in the teens, maybe.
No, I think he was higher than that.
Okay.
I could be wrong. I could be thinking about his teammate. He was number 6.
Okay. Mike Dunleavy Jr.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah. Gary Trent.
Yep.
Or Gary Trent he played the 2 at Duke.
He played the 2. There was another left-handed that the Miami Heat had drafted and didn't really pan out. Justice Winslow. There we go.
Oh, Justice Winslow. Yeah, that was a bad fit all around.
Jabari Parker.
Jabari Parker was gonna be that dude, bro.
And yeah, if his knee ain't, nah.
He was.
As far as offensive, like offensive bag, he had it all on offense. He just didn't really care about defense. But that's another thing. I mean, you could be another Duke small forward. You could be Lance Thomas.
Oh, Lance Thomas. And then, the odd thing is, he played power forward at Duke next to Plumlee, the Plumlee brothers.
We was out here making that boy try to play small forward.
Oh my God!
How did he last in the league that long? He played like 4 years for this for some reason.
Right. Hey man. Yeah. But the thing, my thing though, ultimately, my thing with Tom Thibodeau and this offense though, in the defense thing, is I think you're right about Tibbs doing the less of the ice pick and roll. I saw a lot of that, and I think we had multiple conversations last summer about how Tibbs is doing it less and less. But the thing is, where our frustration lied was that Tibbs never went to zone. Remember that conversation last summer?
Never. I think we did zone in the preseason. Did we do zone in the preseason?
I didn't see it. I didn't say maybe.
I
Maybe walked my
for like
dog
a possession.
Okay, I walked the dog a couple of times, so I might have missed it.
I think we did, Freezie. I'm not gonna lie.
Okay.
But yeah, we never went to zone. And to be absolutely honest, I don't think we will either. And I saw
Yeah, I'm
saw
okay.
an
I'm gonna be
interview.
right back, man. I was drinking all this water. I'm gonna use the restroom.
All right, I'll check the chat for a second. Let me see. Hey, chat. If you want to, like, if there's one thing you want Tibbs to do next year, what would it be? Anything. Run a zone. Try different offensive sets. I think that's giving him a little bit too much credit. Quit, Ribby. Come on. There's one thing Tom Thibodeau doesn't do is quit. You're gonna have to fire him. You're gonna have to throw him out the building. The fact I saw a video earlier today where Tibbs said we need to have three centers blew my mind. On the other hand, I saw an interview from they interviewed what's his name? They interviewed Isaiah Hartenstein, and Isaiah Hartenstein essentially said he never plays with Sims in practice. So we're probably never going to see that 4-5 lineup in the regular season, like Freezy.
Yeah.
I think it was just the product of the preseason, but we're probably never going to see Sims at the four. I don't see that unless we have injuries and foul trouble. That's about it.
That means hard at the 4.
I like that idea, David L. Hart also said he's never played any minutes with Mitch ever
Who
in
said that?
practice. Hartenstein,
Oh yeah, he said that. Yeah, he did say that.
he said that he doesn't play minutes with Mitch, or really.
And he said he looked forward to it. It'll be fun. I saw him.
That would actually be an interesting look.
Who would play the 4 in that lineup?
I mean, from a skill set wise standpoint, it would
It's
probably
Hartenstein, right?
yeah, it had to be Hartenstein because it's just more skilled.
But the reason why you would play Mitch and Hartenstein together is not because you need a skilled 4. It'll be because you're trying to give the offense a different look,
Mm.
right? Because think about it. What
Give the
scenario?
opposing team's offense a different look.
Yeah.
Oh,
That's
salute Anthony. And salute Anthony.
Anthony D is in the building. Okay. My thing is if you play those two together, it would never be because you need Hartenstein's skill at the 4.
No, I'm only mentioning that because it's about like mitigating how bad on offense they would be.
Yeah.
Because ultimately on defense, it probably wouldn't be a horrendous thing.
Nah. No. And I think Mitch can guard 4s, by the way.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I mean, Freezy, when we play the Bucks, who do we put Mitch on?
Giannis.
Exactly.
When we play Toronto, who do we put Mitch on? Siakam.
Pascal. Yep.
Right. So yeah. Yeah, man.
You were talking about something before you got up. I completely lost track of mine because I was entertaining the chat for a second. What was it again?
RJ Barrett is killing our offense is basically the point that I was getting at.
RJ needs to make sure he shoots 85% from the free throw line.
Because if he's not going to shoot 85%, he's got to shoot 40% from 3.
I would say at least 37, 38 minimum.
You got to and I would be there with you. Like 37% would be respectable, but we need RJ to have some type of death knell for a defense, right? Like
something to make defenses pay for doubling.
And 37% from 3 is kind of like, yeah, he can shoot.
but it's not something that puts the fear of God in defense.
Yeah, like, oh no, you can't leave him open. Yeah. See, the
It's
thing,
not the Michael Porter Jr. effect. It's not that.
right? And because think about it, think about RJ Barrett for what he is right now. If I asked you, what does RJ Barrett does at an above average rate in the NBA outside of driving to the basket, what would
Oh,
you say?
that's a rough question.
What would you say? Chat, what does RJ Barrett does at an above average to very good level in the NBA outside of driving to the basket?
I couldn't tell you that one.
Right. Right. And my point is there's no harm in that if you have something in your bag to make defenses pay. Right? It's the reason why Miles McBride, in my opinion, is not heavy in the rotation.
Yeah.
Right?
Because even if he's not playing, even if he's playing with someone that's more ball dominant and on the ball and a playmaker,
right,
he's not making teams pay for sagging off of him. I don't believe I've seen Deuce McBride hit 2 jumpers in a row.
No. I have never in my life seen that man score 10 points.
He did against the Trailblazers that one time, I think. Did he get 10?
I can't remember.
I know he played well, but I don't know if he got 10.
I can't remember. but yeah. Yeah, I can't remember. But we root for him, though. I want him to be here.
Because he tries real hard.
Right. Right.
I only have but so much tolerance for guys that try really hard but aren't really talented. That's what Tibbs builds teams off of. Guys that try real hard.
Yep.
But don't necessarily have
and Tibbs
that upper echelon talent. Tibbs thinks you can work your way to everything.
And the ironic thing is, Tibbs won claim to fame, the championship, right? And it's the complete opposite of everything that
Superstars everywhere.
Yeah, and it's the complete opposite of what. I mean, he won a championship, and it was Avery Bradley at the 2, I think. Rajon Rondo at point.
Avery Bradley was not on the team at that time. It was Tony Allen.
Allen.
Did Tony Allen come off the bench?
No, Tony Allen was hurt. I think wasn't
he
Tony
was hurt
Allen
during that finals.
Yeah, you remember Tony Allen tore his ACL on a trying to dunk in the middle of a free throw session.
Yeah, I mean it was Freezie. We're completely omitting Ray Allen was the starting two.
Was he the? I thought Ray Allen was. He didn't come off the bench with them, right?
No.
Oh, okay. So Ray Allen.
Ray Allen. Okay. The whole time it was Ray at the 2, Paul Pierce at the 3,
and James Posey.
James Posey off the bench. Perkins started. Then they had Leon Poe off the bench.
Leon Poe, yeah, that's a guy. Yep.
Yeah, they had a stacked team, and then Rondo had a coming of age. Had Eddie House off the bench.
Eddie House, yeah. They had
I believe they had Sam Cassell at that time too.
They may have had Sam Cassell.
Yeah, I mean old ass Sam Cassell. but yeah, they had Glenn, Big Baby. Yeah. PJ Brown on his last legs.
Yeah. Look at how that roster was made up, and then compare it to this roster.
Scrappers.
Yeah. Leon Poe was a good defender, bro.
A bully too. Good guy.
Him and James Posey. Yo, them dudes came off the bench and they were like locking down everything in sight.
Enforcers.
Yeah, man.
But they were enforcers to flank the superstars. You have a bunch of nice guys.
Yeah, these dudes, bro, they ain't no.
I mean, Kevin Garnett would amp everybody up to just run through a wall anyway. So
Right.
we had a bunch of nice guys that would just, play really hard and then go home to their
Right.
families and watch
Right.
Netflix and watch kid shows.
Yeah. Go to sleep on time and wake up on time, and you know what I'm saying?
Make sure they drink two egg whites in the morning.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, man. Yeah, man. Let me see here. Let me see. Let me see if I got something to play. Where is it? Where is it? I guess we don't have anything. I'm gonna just play this. Yeah. Look out your window. Knicks fans is on your block. Y'all know the Knicks run the city. Pull them shades back. Look out your window. Look down there on the block. That's Knicks fans right there. It's about that time. It's about that time of the week where you get ready for your work week with the man that is so. AD is in the building. AD, what's good, man? Man, the old man fell asleep.
Nah, it's here. His mic might not be connected
Oh, boy.
correctly.
His mic don't sound nice. Okay.
Yo, there you go.
Yo. There we go.
Salute.
Freezie, you can hear me?
Yeah, man, we can hear you while you whispering.
Loud and clear.
Why you whispering?
I don't think he can hear us. It's been a minute. It's been a minute.
That man whispering like he trying to steal the Mona Lisa. AD, what's good, man? Speak
Freezie,
up.
I can't hear y'all at all.
He can't hear us. He can't hear
I'm
us.
gonna climb out and pause and come back in.
Pause. Pause. He talking like he dealing with a. He talking like he dealing with a big girl. Like
climb out.
AD, you gotta relax, bro.
Oh man.
Yeah, man. That man was whispering like he was trying to steal a painting or something. There he is. There he is. What's good, boss?
You know, Freezie, I had this whole Eddie Kane Jr. routine ready to hit you with,
Oh boy.
But I can't do it. I can't do it to you, Freezie. I can't do it to you. What's going on?
Ain't nothing, man. We chilling, bro. We chilling.
Worldwide West's best buddy. What's good?
I'm his nephew, man. You gotta.
Shit,
You by blood at this point.
Shit, I thought the DNA came back and he was the father. Cause if you ain't getting paid by them right now, I don't know who is.
Yeah,
It's you, Free Keith. Y'all got a couple on the payroll.
You gotta call me CAA Dre.
yeah, man.
Dre, for real.
Hey, Dre.
What's going on? Are y'all comparing this Knicks team to the Boston Celtics team that won on World
No, you gotta relax, bro. Come on, bro. You gotta relax.
I thought that's what y'all was doing. My bad.
No.
I just kept hearing Celtic names and
we were saying that
player
team
archetype.
that team was the opposite of what Tibbs actually likes on his own teams.
Right. And ironically, that team won a championship with what he don't like, and he has what he likes.
Does he really have what he likes?
Well, I mean, he want everybody to be 6'4", but I mean, you got to draw a line somewhere, bro.
He prefers 6'5" to 6'4" guards that can run through a bunch of screens. There is a reason why we have no one in our rotation that's around 6'7", 6'6", 6'8".
Right.
It's athletic.
Right.
We
So-
don't do wings over here, bro.
So you blaming Tibbs? You blaming Tibbs for that?
Yes.
Tibbs definitely has roster construction like input for sure.
Yeah. Yeah.
I don't know
Absolutely for sure.
I don't know if I'm 100% with that. I don't know if I can co-sign that one. I don't know Freezie. I don't know Dre.
Leon Rose don't know no damn basketball. He just gonna give Tibbs whatever
You
Tibbs.
gonna get that man what he want.
So it's Tibbs who signed Fournier.
No, it's Scott Perry.
Oh.
That was Scott Perry.
I'm gonna say Scott Perry.
That was Scott Perry and our analytics department.
Yeah.
And if you notice, Tibbs is being a little bit more analytic when he feels like it. Like you saw when he jabbed back at Fournier, he was like, Fournier was we're a +5 without Fournier on the court. Like, who are you, Tibbs?
Yeah.
Since when do you care about plus minus?
Yeah.
Since you got a disgruntled dude who's cashing an $18 million check.
That's $19 million, sir.
19 million. Excuse me, 19. Can Freezie, can you give me 19 million right now? And for me to call your house at 6 o'clock in the morning and tell you how much I despise you?
Bro,
I want to spit on everyone.
It's gonna be on a Citibank check.
Where do we do that at?
It's gonna be a traveler's check.
I'm like, my guy, it's next man up. In the annals of basketball history, Fournier, nobody will remember you.
Yeah.
In France, they might.
Evan Fournier.
Not even in France.
Yo, you know his legacy in New York reminds me of Kiki Vandeweghe's legacy in New York, bro. Like you get here and there's like hype when you get here, and then you do decent in that first season, and then after that, people don't even remember.
Well, at least Kiki was a legacy.
Yeah, he was a legacy though. All the three generations, right?
3 generations of them at some point, I believe, touched the Knicks hardwood, and at least 2 of them played in Knicks uniform.
Hey,
Right.
I'm gonna keep it real. The NBA been a 3-point shooting league. I'm gonna need someone to come take that record off of Fournier. I don't need to see the all-time 3-point leader in Knicks history to be Evan Fournier for a season. I don't need that. He
That's
didn't
going
earn
down
that.
this year, bro.
For who? Who's taking it?
Grimes.
Grimes is gonna have to shoot. He's gonna have to actually take about 8 threes a game to do it.
You know what? Now that you mentioned it, never mind. As soon as you said that, I was like, yeah. Let's.
What was it? He made like 220 threes.
Yeah,
It's a little under 3 a game.
it's under 3 a game.
So
So he's got to take like at least 5.5.
that's not even enough. You got to take 7, 8.
He's got to take like 7, 8.
7.5 bare minimum.
Now all you need to make is 3, right?
Yep.
So you need to make 3. So if he goes 3 for 7, that's like 40. Yeah, he got to take 8. You're right. Yeah.
If he's taking 5 and hitting 3, let you know what
That's
his
60%.
asking demands is going to be next year.
Jaylen Brown contracts.
Yeah.
Absolutely. You go from 40 to 60, which is never ever going to happen in this lifetime. You know.
Right.
But I don't think it's all these players are all his. I think he likes a certain type of player, but if you're a winning coach and you've won with, scrappy, tough-nosed guys around pivotal players, that's not necessarily a formula to not to be successful.
I mean, what do you consider success? Because in Tibbs' mind,
he gets to the playoffs.
Yeah, I mean that
we don't regularly get to the playoffs. We haven't regularly gotten to the playoffs since Ewing.
This might be blasphemous to ask, but do you want to win a championship?
That's blasphemous to ask.
Bro,
That's blasphemous to ask.
And the only reason why we were making the playoffs then, during the Pat Ewing era, people say, yo, the 90s Knicks. There was no such thing as 90s Knicks, bro. It was Patrick Ewing carrying a bunch of dudes, right? Like dudes named Tony Campbell, dudes named Glenn Rivers, Rolando Blackman, Xavier McDaniel, Mark Jackson. Yeah. We got to relax, bro. Pat Ewing is the second greatest center of all time, maybe even first.
I'm not even
go get that man.
I'm not even gonna. Don't pay him no attention.
Jack City, thank you for the generous contribution. And
you
just
know
01, thank you for the generous contribution. He says, "How do you guys feel about the new city jerseys?" I don't
They got new jerseys again.
Allegedly, it's a throwback to the 90s Knicks jersey. It alludes to it. It's not the exact same thing, but it's similar.
If there's one thing I could speak to their marketing department about, I'm like, y'all got so many jerseys, I'm confused.
I'm glad, bro. I like them.
No, have you ever gone into the NBA store?
Yes.
I used to go there all the time. I used to work in the neighborhood. So I'd pop in and I would just look at the Knicks rack of different styles of jerseys that they had. This is long before they were doing this. I'm sure they're up to like 25 different styles of jerseys by now.
Right.
Back then it might have been like 7.
I'll post a digital mock-up of what it's assumed to look like. You might want to post it in there.
I got it. I'm going to put it up.
Okay,
right. Where is it?
It is an official mock-up, but it's someone.
Somebody told their marketing department this was a good idea.
No, that was last year's Freezie.
That was last year's. Okay,
that was last year's. I posted it in your DM.
Sorry,
I posted a mock-up of. It's supposed to be like it draws inspiration from the 99 2000 Knicks.
Can you put it in the private chat?
Okay, I'll post it in the private chat. Give me 1 second.
Yeah, man. I ain't even going, man. I guess what I'm alluding to is RJ Barrett needs to step his game all the way up. RJ Barrett, you got to shoot 87% from the free throw line, bro. You got to shoot 42% from 3.
You got to be clutch in the playoffs.
You got to be clutch in the playoffs, bro.
That's it.
There you go. I dropped it for you. But that's a digital mock-up of there have been some leaks of the jersey.
I saw this one. I said, oh man, nah, dog. Come on, bro. What is this?
I don't know why they changed the text. They should have just left it how it was.
Bro, come on. I'm gonna put it on the screen, right? I ain't gonna lie.
Nasty.
AD, I ain't gonna lie to you, bro. If AD,
I won't be surprised.
AD is my man, 50 grand, but I just can't see AD with this jersey on, bro.
No. That's no. You know which one that is? That's the. Oh my God, my cousin has that.
That's the 99 2000.
That's the 99 2000 01 into like 01. I think that I don't think that's 99 2000. I think,
but the text is different. Like the text.
The text is different.
New York is different. Yeah.
The pattern, I think that's that Doliak, Charlie Ward,
Glenn Rice.
Yeah.
That's that.
Oh
era.
my God.
Yeah.
Oh, that's it. Oh no. Why would they want to do that? Why would they want to go back to that?
I ain't gonna lie, man. I can't tell a grown man what to do, but I'm telling y'all, man, I better not never see y'all with a. Yo, come on, bro. Yo, what is, bro? You know what this looked like to me? It looks like NBA 2K gone wrong, bro. You know what I'm saying? That's what it looked like to me.
I didn't like it back then. I didn't understand the black. I still don't understand the black.
That was when they tried to do like the alternate Licks logo. You know that the one with the NYK. That was an
Yeah,
ugly logo. It
that
was
was an
terrible.
ugly logo. Yeah,
They've messed with this thing for the last 30 years consistently,
See that?
especially over the last 15. They have definitely messed with this jersey a lot. Which I don't understand it. Is
You
it an
don't gotta do
NBA?
too much, man. It's orange and blue. Just keep it simple.
I got a couple last year for Christmas. One was black and gold.
Black and gold.
Yeah, I'm like, I've never even seen this.
Yeah, and I guarantee you never wore it.
I've never put them on.
never.
I got
bro.
that and the 50-year classic as gifts. I still have not put them on.
Bro.
Is it the one with the stripes on the side? The 50-year
Nah,
classic?
this is the one that has the 50-year. It has like a 50-year.
Oh, it's the classic, like the Clyde era.
The Clyde era. I love that. And I'm like, you somehow made it look more WNBA-ish.
They bastardized it.
Yeah. I still haven't put them on. I can't.
Corey, CRISPR, Denny.
Yep, I got you. I was just so Justo 111. Thank you for the generous contribution. He says, if by December RJ still starts slow, would you be open to a Corey Kispert Denny deal? I want RJ to be great, but we are closer to contenders than a rebuild. What I would say is I'm open to Denny more so than Corey Kispert, because I think if Corey Kispert comes here, I think Tibbs is going to turn him into a Fournier. Right? Love him when he first get here, and then after that, you'll be like, oh yeah, he can't defend. Oh yeah. But Denny is absolutely RJ Barrett. Like if you ask yourself what thing that Denny Avdija does well, you're like, outside of guarding small guards, like Denny is weird. Denny is weird. He can guard small guards, right? But he can't guard dudes his size or bigger. You know what I'm saying? And for a dude that's 6'9", you like, that's strange.
Did I see somewhere? I'm sorry, Dre.
Go ahead, bro.
Did I see somewhere in that comment he said something about rebuild?
Yeah.
If the Knicks tried to, you know what? Before I even say
no, that's not what he said. He said
we're closer to contenders
than a rebuild. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
My bad.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So I'll reholster that Colt 45.
Because when I saw it, I was
rebuild. I was like, rebuild.
I was gonna do like my man from Don't Be a Menace to what's it? Don't Be a Menace to Society, whatever the name, where he had to miss it. He was like, yo, do we have a problem? Yeah. When I first saw the super chat, I was like, man, but I understand what he's saying. So the premise is, if RJ Barrett gets off to a slow start, do you trade him?
If RJ Barrett gets off to a slow start, nobody wants him.
Nobody wants him, right?
Right. So how you going to trade him for?
He's not that. See, he's not that. I can't see him slipping past what he's already shown us.
Okay.
You see what I'm saying? I can't see him slipping past. All of a sudden, he's shooting 32% from three. He's only averaging 14, 15.
Yeah.
That would be regression. I don't see that in his makeup. I don't see that in his game at all.
As long as Tibbs is playing him, he's going to be aggressive. So.
And it's the first year of his contract extension.
Oh yeah, he already has that. Like, I mean, I don't know if you saw the preseason game, but they were running the offense through him. They were running it through him. Granted, he made one nice pass, but everything else was just struggle bus outside of the free throws.
This I ain't gonna lie, bro. I've been wanting an alternate Knicks jersey, right? But what I've been wanting,
a good alternate.
Yeah, but what I've been wanting though is a different palette Like I want to keep the black, the orange, the blue, and the white, right? But I always wanted like maybe a gray jersey with those colors trimming it.
They got
You know
him.
what I'm saying?
Mm.
You know what I'm saying?
But I Freezie's like talking about like an official one, like the one they wear on the court.
Yeah, yeah,
Okay.
yeah. Like I don't know if y'all remember this, but y'all remember the Orlando Magic pinstripe jerseys, Shaq
Yes.
la- Shaq
Now
last year in
the
Orlando.
Bulls had them too.
The Bulls had them in 97, 98.
They didn't look right on the Bulls.
They didn't look right on the Bulls though, right?
Yeah,
Now,
it looked better with the blue color. Anyways.
give you an example: the Boston Celtics, dark green jerseys with the gold trim.
Yeah,
You know what I'm saying? The Celtics,
and even they have like gray alternates over the years.
they had great alternates. That the silver alternate, like over the years with the gold trim and all of that, or like how the Bucks have 99 uniforms. I wouldn't
Yeah,
mind the Knicks trying something like that. The
a
only thing,
grayscale jersey.
yeah, a great, yeah, right. Something dope to wear with jeans or whatever. My thing is with this, the piping gets so wide at you know what I'm saying, they go from the armpit
Yeah, it
to
looks kind of strange.
yeah, it looked like you wearing a fucking onesie. I'm a grown
Yeah.
man, dog. I'm a grown man. Dog. I ain't wearing no damn onesie. You know what I'm saying? I mean, come on, bro. I don't even know what they doing.
They already have it. The picture you got up with Randall, that's the jersey.
Yeah. Let me. Okay, let me.
That should just.
Let me see. Talking
when
about this
got,
one?
Yeah, when they got to that blue, that dark navy with the orange, with the double orange stripes around, I said, you guys finally hit on something. That should be it.
I remember when we went full orange.
Oh my God, the crush. Well, Melo used to love it because I think he absolutely,
because he used to accessorize because he would wear all types of orange. Orange headband.
He went absolutely ham in the orange crush on Christmas Day one year.
Yeah.
He went. I think it was against the Lakers. He absolutely was on. You know what? I'm not even gonna, because I'm gonna get into Melo, and I don't want to do it. I don't want to go there because he's so underappreciated. Every time I watch his highlights of his career and his game, that someone mentioned who would you take? I think was on Gilbert Arenas. Who's got a better offensive repertoire, Melo or KD? And I instantly said Melo. Instantly.
Gilbert did too.
You bugging.
Instantly, Melo has a better repertoire than KD. Instantly,
crazy, bro.
KD's just more physically gifted as far as with the height and the length, where he could just take whatever shot he wants. It doesn't matter.
Melo just physically stronger.
Melo can post. Melo can pinch post. KD is a face-up ball player.
Man.
No, I'll say this.
Face up. KD's only face up.
Melo's a power forward.
Melo is, and I heard Pierce say this, as far as dudes who give you the business when you're trying to guard him, Melo is a physical guy.
He a power forward, bro. That's what I'm saying.
Melo's dudes up at the end of the night.
Absolutely, you're gonna have to. He's gonna give you elbows down in that box area, the right side.
Right. People would ask how Melo wear all that body armor. Like, you know why he wears.
You know why he wears that body armor.
You're right.
He's kung fu fighting down in the post, bro, just to get position.
Yeah, he is center. Melo was a 6'7" center. You know what I'm saying?
I'm talking about face up, triple threat, isolation, dribble to the rim, post up,
whatever you wanted.
Are you talking about Gotham Melo or Mile High Melo?
Gotham Melo was more
because Mile High Melo was an athlete, bro.
Yeah,
Mile High Melo was getting
Mile High Melo was more athletically gifted.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, he still had the bounce.
He still had the bounce when he got to the Knicks, but they just,
that bounce turned into just offensive rebounds.
He need to Melo need to stay out of Sylvia's, bro. When Melo got to New York, bro, I swear it looked like Melo. I looked at the program one year. They said they had Melo listed at 6'8", 235.
Don't do Melo.
I'm like 6'8", 235.
Don't do Melo like that,
bro. Come on, bro. Where?
Don't act like
Dre, when's the last time Melo was 235, bro?
Don't act like he's what's the dude who came in the other day, Spellman? Don't act like he. What's the dude? We cut the first night of preseason last year when we saw 2 years ago when we saw him in his uniform? Don't do him.
Othello Harrington.
Don't do him like that.
We cut him. Tim said, "Come into camp, the best shape of your life." That dude showed up 291 pounds. He was like, "Don't even take the physical, bro." He's like, "Yo, everybody headed over here to take the physical." He's like, "Nah, bro, you ain't got to go over there.
You ain't got to go over there.
Yeah, don't even waste your time, bro."
Yeah, I was gonna post you a photo of what Melo was looking like when he got to the Knicks. Whoops! Don't use that one. Don't use that one.
Don't do that.
Oh, I gotta look at it though. I know he gonna make me laugh, bro.
Spin move, Melo on the lane.
Oh nah, what is that? I can't even.
Yeah, that link came out weird. My bad.
Okay.
Jab
my
step,
bad.
Here you
jab
go.
step, quick 17, quick 18. Oh my God, stop it.
No, I don't want to use that one. I don't want to disgrace Melo.
Headband Melo when he first got here?
No.
The headband?
No, bro.
No, his first night. I remember he was rocking a headband. It was headband early.
No, he ain't in uniform in this one, bro.
Oh Lord, stop it! Would you stop it, Dre?
He looked like Wimpy, bro. Y'all remember Popeye? Anybody remember that cartoon Popeye, bro? Hey, yo.
Every man has a right to unwind.
Yeah, bro.
Let it all hang out.
Yeah, bro. Oh, it's all hanging out, bro.
Every man has that right.
That man looked like he 250 plus.
This is off-season weight.
He was always ready to play, though.
Always ready to play. Always gave it what he had on offense, too, bro.
When he didn't get fouled, though, he gave a good whack on defense.
Oh yeah, he was gone. Yeah.
Wasted Melo's years.
Yeah. I think Melo wasted his years, bro.
No, stop it.
Yeah, no lie. And the reason why I say that is not because he didn't play hard on offense.
He didn't take care of his body the way he should have.
He should have been in LeBron shape, bro. He should have been in LeBron type shape. And I don't mean steroids and $2 million chef. What I mean is when you're an elite offensive, when you're a generational talent, you should be out there looking like Giannis, bro. You know what I'm saying? When you're a generational talent.
Okay, here's the unfairness with that. And I'm not saying, well, not unfair, but here's kind of the quarter side of that coin. Melo is a physical dude. You need to have oomph to be physical. Those guys you mentioned outside of Giannis, LeBron is not physical like Melo. You have to have some stuff to be physical with. Remember that year when him, LeBron, and Wade, they all decided to lose, more than their playing weight.
Right,
they were coming in like 15, 20 pounds
Melo
lighter.
came in 237.
That. Whatever Melo came in, he hurt his knee immediately.
Yep. He came in 237. He hurt an
elbow
and a knee. Yeah. He hurt an elbow. And you remember when Melo used to wear a shooting sleeve, right?
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden he had like the shooting sleeve with this big thing on it or whatever. You're like, dang, Melo.
They all got hurt.
All
trying to be super slim.
The vegan summer is like these dudes go vegan.
Some vegan nonsense.
Yeah.
They was all on. No, shout out to the vegans. Don't get me wrong.
Yeah, shout out to the vegans. We love y'all.
But to go
that's not for a world-class athlete.
No, it is. But they went totally left. I remember seeing pictures of Melo because remember that's early when that's pre-hoodie Melo.
Right.
That's pre-hoodie Melo, and they wanted to. They were banana boating and All of a sudden, everybody's
I
working
think,
out
it
and
was when they all turned 30 or 31. Like they were
something like that, right? Hurt the knee immediately.
Right. Yep. I remember that. It was because the thing is, I think they had talked to Melo about playing the 4, right? They were like, yeah, Melo, play the 4, blah, blah, blah. And Melo came back like 20 pounds lighter. And you could see
like,
it all in his face.
I'm gonna be a small forward.
Yeah, that man came back like 237. Yo, Dre, you think we should show them the picture? Because I don't want to. I don't want to. I don't want to defame my guy, bro.
Why we want to do that to my guy?
I don't want to defame my guy. Dre.
It's only a worldwide West, protege would take these shots at Melo. Take these shots at one of the great forwards this game has ever seen.
The greatest small forward in Knicks history. Yeah.
I still think he's one of the greatest.
He's I don't know if he's better than Bernard, but
he's the greatest small forward.
It's a good argument. It's a very good argument.
Oh boy.
He needed a body. If he had had a body, if he had caught a body in the Knicks uniform, it would have been no doubt. He doesn't have a body.
If he would have caught Hibbert with that.
If he had caught this is a whole different conversation. I'm so glad you mentioned that, Dre.
There it is, everybody.
Every little one of you. Oh damn! Why y'all gonna do that to my man? Do that to my man is what? He's having a good time. What? He ain't allowed to. He just got the contract. Yeah, he ain't allowed to celebrate the contract.
Oh my god, bro!
He ain't allowed to celebrate the contract.
They don't even make plates that big.
They don't even make plates that big no more, bro. Ain't enough trees, bro.
That's not even the plate. He eating out of a tray.
When I saw Jerome James and Sylvia's, he had 4 of those. Okay, with sides.
I bet you Michael Sweeney had 8 of them.
Okay. Jerome James had that. You see when Melo was sitting next to that other person right there? He had that whole corner to himself.
Wow.
With like his peoples on the other side of the table.
Wow.
I can't believe y'all did that to Melo.
I can't believe Dre.
Shame you, Freezie.
Yo, Dre got connections, bro. Dre got connections somewhere, bro.
I can't believe y'all did that. To the as Freezie said, the greatest small forward in Knicks history. I can't believe y'all did that.
Yeah, man. Yeah. Because when I thought about it, I was like, what small forwards in Knicks history would even be comparable? Xavier McDaniel for that 1 year, that whatever that was?
No.
I mean, Louis Orr?
No, gosh, no. No disrespect to the
Bill Bradley. I mean,
well, Bill Bradley's a Hall of Famer.
The worst numbers you ever seen in your life, bro, for a Hall of Famer, bro.
Okay, but he's still a Hall of Famer.
He had the worst.
But he couldn't see Melo.
No,
he wouldn't be able to deal with Melo.
Okay, let me. I'm gonna move Melo, man. So, but Bill Bradley wasn't even, in my opinion, from what my uncles and them tell me, Bill Bradley was a ham sandwich. But he was all America. He was mainstream, all America. He was Mr. Everything.
That's so blasphemous. How do you say that about a 2-time NBA champion, part of
who? Jack White?
Yes, but here's the hit. Okay,
you're talking about Jack White, right? The dude that used to wave the towel for Michael Jordan.
I'm talking about Bill Bradley. Here's the Here's the thing with Dollar Bill. And Dollar Bill, like I said, these are our pops and our uncles, things and so forth. Here's the thing with Dollar Bill. Dollar Bill comes out of, what Ivy League school he went to when he was player of the year.
Princeton?
As a shooting guard. Right. Then goes on his educational sabbatical.
Rhodes
Scholarship. And thee is thou with love is thee. And he's into all his poems and all that shit, whatever. He comes back 2 years later, and the game has changed. He can no longer be a starting shooting guard in the modern NBA at that time.
No,
he couldn't. That's how he got to a forward.
Bill, no, that dude,
Yeah.
he was the fifth best dude in our starting lineup, bro.
Well, fine, that may be, but his position when he comes off of being a Rhodes Scholar and all of that, he left off as a shooting guard. He comes
Out of
back
college, yeah, yeah.
in college. He comes back. He can't guard these dudes.
No, he can't guard him, bro.
Can't guard him. So they had to make him a small forward, but he doesn't. He doesn't. He brings a passing motion to what they were trying to do. If you watch them old tapes, the one thing those old guys pride themselves on is they move the ball.
Yeah,
They
play
pass.
together. Play together. Yeah.
They play together. Pass. Clyde might have been the most selfish because he got the best numbers. You see what I'm saying? So, but in a player to player, him trying to go up guard a Melo, one of them, Melo would kill him.
Unmercilessly, bro.
Yeah, physically superior.
I was gonna ask you, but in NBA history, how many players do you think could actually check Melo? Like stop him? Because historically, the only guy that I've seen during Melo's time, LeBron is the only guy that's ever given Melo problems. Physically, from a physical standpoint.
I
wait a minute.
I thought Artest gave him problems.
Yes.
At times. Tony Allen used to give him problems.
He used to get up under Melo.
He used to get up under him at times. And Rodman would definitely give him problems.
From a mental game.
Pippen would give him problems, right? But he would give them problems, but equally problems as well, because he's 90s physical. You see what I'm saying? He could go back.
Because a lot of those charges he got called for wouldn't get called
his game, him in the 90s, he's Terry Cummings, more physical.
Talking about Melo?
Yeah.
Okay.
Just more. He's Adrian Dantley, bigger, more physical.
Yo, my cousin Jay is like, Knicks fans got to stop it, bro. Carmelo Anthony ain't nothing but Glenn Robinson.
Oh gosh, stop it. Oh,
yeah,
gosh.
my cousin Jay said it. Shout out to my cousin Jay. Now, hey, but Glenn Robinson, we got to relax. Glenn Robinson can score.
Why Big Dog not top 30 all time in NBA scoring?
That's no disrespect to Glenn Big Dog Robinson.
That's not disrespectful.
No, but he's not Carmelo Anthony.
Right. No, I think their playing styles are similar. Yeah, but I think Melo was better.
You give Melo that Milwaukee team, Melo's in the finals. You give Melo Ray Allen, Tim Thomas,
Vin Baker.
Baker.
Vin Baker was on that team at the same time?
No. Baker's not on the Tim Thomas. He's not on the team that plays That plays Philly. Baker's not there. Baker's already started.
He's already gone to Seattle.
Yeah.
Okay.
He's about to end up being.
What year is that? What year is that? 98?
That's 2000.
2000. Okay.
2000.
Okay.
Yeah. That Milwaukee team. That Milwaukee team. You put Melo. You swap out Melo for Glenn Big Dog. He's in the finals.
With Ray Allen on the wing.
Woo! That's lethal right there, and that's no disrespect to Glenn Big Dog Robinson, because he was a force, but he wasn't Carmelo Anthony. I'm putting him in that class. No way.
No, that team, man. I'm looking at the team. I'm looking at their roster right now. That team ain't doing that with Melo, bro.
No.
Melo, there's no way. There's no way Melo taking this trash.
You crazy.
Ray Allen, Ray for Austin.
Stop right there.
Jason Caffey, Sam Cassell.
Yes.
Darvin Ham.
Yes.
Jason Hart, Lindsey Hunter. Irvin Magic Johnson. Jerome Kersey, Mark Pope. Yo, but
Freezie, you got to take into account the East was weak then, so they would have went to the finals with that team if Melo was just dropped in there in place of, because they went to the Eastern Conference Finals. and they just lost to the Sixers. And that Sixers team wasn't that good if you look at it on paper.
Well, the Lakers were undefeated when they faced the Sixers, and the
They
Sixers
lost the game, and
smacked
then
them up there. And then the Lakers was like, "Oh, wait a minute."
and
Y'all
then the Lakers destroyed them the next 4 games.
Yeah.
They just woke them up.
Yeah.
Because the Lakers should have won.
It
Should
took
have won
AI.
it all.
It took AI having to drop damn near 50.
He was the 48.
Yeah, damn near 50 to win that game.
It took
while they were
him
sleepwalking.
stepping over to Ron Lou.
No, they had no chance. They had no chance. That was their one shot, and they were unlucky. They ran into the Lakers. They'd had a better chance against San Antonio.
Yeah. And San Antonio probably would have still smoked them too.
But didn't San Antonio lose in the second round? San Antonio lost in the second round that year. In 2000?
I can't remember.
I think the Lakers beat Sacramento, right?
Yeah, they beat Sacramento to get there.
Right.
But that was the beginning of the every other year dynasty for them. So they were out that year. Then next year, where they were, they smacked up the Lakers the next year. Well, no, not the next year, but the year after that, like 2003. That's when they smacked up the Lakers, I believe.
Right.
Well, that's after the Lakers had smacked them. That's after the Kobe had repeatedly dunked over Duncan and Robinson every which way you can.
Kobe getting offensive rebounds in the paint over them and putbacks while Shaq was in foul trouble.
Right.
Like he took them home against them.
Oh my God. Yeah. We I mean that's the thing about some of them games is like we were loving them so much in the moment and we forget them as they start to fade and stuff. It's like, oh my God, you remember that game? Like you remember Lakers get Sacramento Game 7?
Right. But that was fixed for sure. That was fixed.
That was not fixed. Stop it. Sacramento choked. Sacramento choked. They choked.
How many free throws the Lakers took in the fourth quarter?
18.
Okay, fine. How many field goals did Sacramento hit in the fourth quarter?
I'm gonna let Tim Donaghy tell you what happened.
And Tim Donaghy was on with Rasheed Wallace and
I don't care if they had three
man.
Tim Donahues. I don't care if they had three of them in the game. Okay, every time outside of Mike Bibby, everybody else spit the bit, and that's the truth.
Doug Christie.
You remember when the Trailblazers choked in Game 7?
Yep.
Yeah.
the infamous Kobe
They didn't have a closer. They didn't have They had four dudes.
Steve Smith was out there not knowing what to do. It was a bunch of sidekicks in that team.
They had Rashid. They had young Rashid shooting. Having a John Starks moment out there.
Yeah.
Sidekicks everywhere in that team. Steve Smith.
Yeah, that's all they were. Side pieces.
Sidekick. Scottie Pippen.
Yeah.
On the bad back. Scottie Pippen.
Yeah.
But they should have just got out the way and let Damon Stoudemire take them home. That's what they should have did. Right.
But by that time they wanted Damon. But by the time Damon got to Portland, they were kind of like making him more of a mold of a traditional point guard. Remember when Damon was in Toronto? He's rookie of the year.
Yeah. Because Isaiah Thomas drafted him to be Isaiah Thomas.
Right. Yep.
But nobody knew he was that good coming out of college.
I did. I loved him.
I was like, who is this?
I loved him and Khalid Reeves, bro. That man, Arizona, bro.
Yeah.
Isaiah drafted him with the sole intention of trying to make another Isaiah.
Yeah, but Isaiah can draft, bro. I don't care what nobody say, bro.
He could draft talent. It's just the mental aspects he kind of ignored on players, or the fit. He kind of ignored.
My only thing, bro. My only thing with Isaiah is if you have him be team president and draft, and not let him develop or coach the guys. Because cats is laughing. They like, yo, he drafted Channing Frye. Channing Frye was trash. No, he wasn't. Channing Frye played in the league for like 16 years.
But he shouldn't have drafted Frye.
Yeah, he absolutely should have, bro.
And he know because he had what's the name right there.
He had like 5 big men already. I know.
He had Bynum. He had
Not
him right.
Bynum.
Not Bynum. What's my dude? The Lakers eventually.
Curry.
No, that in that draft that he drafts Fry, the high school from out of high school.
Oh,
the
yeah,
Lakers
yeah,
didn't take
yeah,
him. His name is he hurt his knee a couple years later.
Andrew Bynum.
Yeah, Bynum. Right, he has Bynum sitting right there, and I saw an interview with him. Like maybe like a couple years after the Knicks, and he's like one of the moves that he regretted. He was going to take Bynum, but he let his people talk him into taking because Fry was a 4-year starter.
Yeah.
And they had that hell of a season before they lost that one game.
Fry hit a couple of jump shots, and they were trying to say he was the next Tim Duncan. He hit a couple of jump shots.
It's funny. If Charlie Villanueva dropped to us, we would have taken him. 100%. And he probably would have lost his mind in the city.
100% he was taking Charlie Villanueva. That dude name was hot as fish grease going into the draft, bro.
Yes.
100%. My thing though is if you're the Knicks, why do you always need an abundance of bigs? And I'm talking about in that era. They could have just easily just relaxed, take a deep breath, move back, and take Danny Granger.
Man.
Yeah.
You could have just relayed, everybody calm down. We're going to trade back in the draft. Everybody take a deep breath. We'll move back maybe 3 or 4 spots, right? We'll pick up a first-round pick in 4 years from now, and we'll just take Danny Granger. And at worst, he'll be scoring punch off the bench. At best, he'll be
25 points per game like he was.
Yeah.
Until he got hurt.
Right. I think what it is sometimes you gotta let these dudes go off instinct, bro. Because if we didn't take him, we could have took a flyer on Gerald Green. Y'all remember Gerald Green, the dude with all the hops?
Yeah.
We could have took Jarrett Jack. You know what I'm saying? We took Nate, or we didn't take Nate Robinson. I think
we did take
Phoenix. No, I think Phoenix took Nate, and we traded for him, right?
No,
we traded for his rights, or did we trade for that?
They had 3 first-round picks that year. They drafted David Lee 28th,
30,
or something like and then so Nate might have been like 29.
Nate was like 21.
21, and Fry's 8. So they got 8, 21, and 30.
Yep.
Right. Yep. Some. But you see,
and they got a steal in the second round too.
Remember, this is still the same man that drafted Ronaldo Balkman.
It is
in the first round.
It is.
That man looked like he was smoking before every game.
Now, how that man ever passed well, I'm not gonna go there, right?
The drug test.
Balkman is the kind of guy you would want on a team, right? In a reserved role.
Oh God! I knew the Knicks took somebody in the second round, and it made me so mad just now. My bad, AD. Go ahead, bro. My bad.
But I'm saying, if you got Balkman, you don't draft Balkman in the top. What they drafted Balkman in top 14?
Oh my God!
Yeah,
I remember watching the draft night and like, what? Who?
I was like, who?
Nobody projected him to even go.
Hey, first of all, I knew who Ronaldo Balkman was. I live in South Carolina. I go to Gamecock basketball games, right? I knew who Balkman was, but I had no idea. Right down here, they were like, "Yo, you know what I'm saying? The Knicks are interested in Ronaldo Balkman." And I was like, "Oh, well, that's dope." You know what I'm saying? That's dope. Ronaldo Balkman.
They're gonna give him a practice squad invite.
I'm
training camp invite.
No lie, I'm thinking that the Knicks are gonna take him in the second round. Because the dude for what he was, the dude was in today's NBA, bro. In today's NBA, he beat Jared Vanderbilt.
He's still playing, by the way.
But back then, everybody, the classic small forward looked a certain way, right? There was no such thing as like the Ronaldo Balkman was a wing player that couldn't shoot. Right? He was basically Jerome Williams. Right? Y'all remember Junkyard Dog?
Yes.
That's basically what
Just a
Ronaldo Balkman
smaller
was.
version.
Right, but the Knicks were so bad that they didn't need a junkyard dog right there. I think we needed a point guard, we needed a center, we needed all that stuff. And so when you draft Ronaldo Balkman right there, bro, how you draft Ronaldo Balkman over Danny Granger?
Madness.
And then, but even with that though, AD, even with that, the pick out of this draft that takes the cake for me, Dejon Thompson. I think that might be the worst draft pick in Knicks history, bro.
Over Frederick Weiss?
Yes.
No, it's not over Frederick Weiss.
Yeah, I think so. In my opinion.
It's not over Marseille Lampe.
Yeah, I mean,
it's not over.
But them
not
dudes,
over Marseille. It's not over Frank Ntilikina. I'm sorry to tell you.
But you knew those dudes were goons, bro. You knew Frank was a project, right? But Dejon Thompson, we like, yo, and they let us get Dejon Thompson. You know, we got Ronaldo Balkman and Dejon Thompson championship.
I don't think he's worse than Michael Sweetney,
yo. I like Mike Sweetney, bro. I ain't even gonna lie to you.
I just didn't understand. You know, I was so much into the Knicks at that time.
Right.
It was scary. Right. You know what I'm saying? Like everything, it was scary. And I'm like, you can't draft this guy. They were projecting him to the Knicks. And I'm like, no, you cannot draft this man. This man doesn't take. As soon as you saw him, you thought Oliver Miller.
Yo.
I have to motivate you to move away from the dinner table.
What year
they drafted Sweetney in 2002? 2.
Oh my God. You know what? They always do us like that. Every time there is a tweener big man, they always just hey, we don't know what to do and just give him to the Knicks.
But look at this man physically, though, Freezie.
Look at him in the face.
If you don't take your career serious enough to get in shape pre-draft, everybody is looking at you.
How you gonna say that? How y'all always do that to Mike Sweetney, but I never hear y'all say that about John Thomas? Why? Because John Thomas light skinned? John Thomas is a light-skinned Mike Sweetney. That's why y'all never say his name. Y'all don't remember John Thomas out of Minnesota?
Yeah,
97.
It was just a cluster of moves that what's the name that Layden did. That it just made no sense.
He was the worst drafter ever, bro. Think about these 4 first-round picks in a row: John Wallace, Walter McCarty, Dante Jones, John Thomas, back to back, bro. Those are your first round picks. Meanwhile, dudes is getting Kobe and Tim Duncan and Paul Pierce and all these guys, and we drafting John Thomas and Dante Jones.
If I'm having a conversation with them, I just want to understand, in that draft, Amari Stoudemire was the hot name shooting up the boards.
In 2002, yep.
In the same draft that you drafted Michael Sweetney. You trade, like he does a cluster of fucks in that night. He gets the power forward from Phoenix. He moves Camby and drafts Nene, then trades Nene. And somehow, when the dust clears, we have Laurel and Hardy. We got Sweetney and a soon-to-be hurt number 34, whose name I refuse to mention ever again in life.
Hey, and mind you, we take Nene before Amari Stoudemire.
Oh God.
Yep, we take Nene before Amari goes to Phoenix at 9, Ron Butler at 10, and
So when do the Knicks ever make the right draft pick?
KP.
And then gets hurt. He's gone. Oh yeah, KB's gonna drop 40 on us this year. You know that, right?
Yo, Tayshaun Prince was in that draft, bro.
That draft had some players.
Oh, I forgot we acquired Frank Williams in that draft, in that Nene trade.
Bum,
bro. Oh my God.
Where did Frank go to? Illinois?
Illinois, yeah. Illinois. I wanted to do that. Brian, what's the dude name? Brian Cook. I wanted that dude.
That doesn't even sound like somebody that could. Frank Williams.
Bro, how you got a
plumber like
name? you got a plumber name, bro, and you 20.
Yeah. You can shoot all right, just not basketball.
Right. Right.
Frank looked like he had a little bit of promise. A little bit.
But he was a tweener. He was a combo guard, bro. You can't draft combo guards that high, man.
He was Tony Douglas before Tony Douglas.
Yeah.
When quickly as Tony Douglas realized potential.
Yeah.
I like Tony Douglas. I just thought he was in a bad situation.
He was just in over his head too.
Yeah, I thought
because he wasn't ready to be a starting point guard, but we made him one.
Yeah, we just threw him in there. Yeah, we just threw him in there. I'm like, no, his role is what his role is off the bench, can defend, can hit a shot. You know, wasn't afraid to fight over the picks. That's how he kept hurting his shoulders.
Yeah,
right.
Because Tony wouldn't Tony wouldn't go under the screen. Tony would throw his shoulder all up in whoever the big was.
Right. Hey, and Dre, listen, if you needed a power forward that desperately, you know who you could have drafted after this pick? Because now, mind you, the Knicks drafted Nene Hilario and Frank Williams in the first round, right?
Mm-hmm.
Right. That's what they did. Now, AD knows how I think, right? If I have three picks, one in the top 10, I'm using all of them as fuel to move up in the draft.
Absolutely.
Right?
Absolutely.
That's what I'm doing. Now, unfortunately, in this draft, there wasn't a dude worth trading up for, right? So I'm either trading completely out of the draft or I'm trading out of this top 10, right? The dudes,
what
Chris
year draft was this?
2002.
2002, okay.
2002. The Jay Williams was the number 2 pick. Mike Dunleavy was the number 3 pick. Drew Gooden, Nicholas Skeetasvili, Dewan Wagner, and Nene.
I remember that draft was mediocre even at the time.
Man.
At the time, going into it at the time.
But my thing
I like
is,
Jay Williams though. I thought if it wasn't for his lack of awareness off the court,
he was an animal.
I thought he would have broke that Duke curse.
You thought he would have been Austin Rivers?
No, I thought he'd have been. No, he wasn't. Come on, he wasn't. Austin Rivers wasn't.
Tyus Jones. You thought he'd been Tyus Jones?
Austin Rivers got his reality check in college. Even if he hit that game winner, like he went from like number 1.
Like Jay Will in college was the truth.
Jay Will was a world destroyer.
Jay Will was the truth. Because we see him on ESPN now. We done forgot.
He was that dude.
He was that dude.
Yeah,
he was absolutely that dude.
He was Kyrie, bro. He was Kyrie at Duke, bro. He
could give it to you.
Yeah, but then he would always choke in the big moments, though. Like, but AD, the point that I was getting at though is you could have traded back in that draft and left that draft. You could I ain't gonna pick nothing in the first round. I'm going to just leave out of here with Luis Scola and Carlos Boozer. That's if you wanted some power forwards, bro.
But I don't remember. Well, I shouldn't say that because they drafted Marcel Lampe.
But Carlos...
what I'm saying is as far as your talent evaluation and the Euro game, the Knicks... early, whenever they touched in the Euro game, it was like getting the potato salad 2 weeks too late.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? It was totally spoiled. Every time
During
they
the
dipped
during the summer.
in,
Yeah.
every time they dipped in, you know, the Vice, the Lampe, they KP is their only successful dip into the Euro game that I can remember.
Right.
I mean, Gallinari, I guess.
Oh, but was he,
Gallinari was good.
he
Gallinari was
wasn't
good early
successful
on.
for us.
Yeah. He
Remember,
was good.
he
About
hurt
16 points.
he hurt his back in game one
Ooh.
of the preseason.
Preseason. Yep. I remember Knicks fans thinking that Gallinari and Steph Curry were going to be the future. Y'all remember that? Anybody remember that?
It was possible.
It was, man, we could have been Gallinari and Steph Curry. Steph Curry went in 1 year, but the Knicks had fell in love with this Italian dude overseas, a young European prodigy that they were saying was light years ahead of everything. And then the draft comes and they get their man. They miss out on Steph. I don't, and still to this day, Dre, you miss out on Steph Curry, right?
Mm-hmm.
But then you panic and take Jordan Hill instead of Drew Holiday or DeMar
Brandon
DeRozan.
Jennings, DeMar DeRozan.
And Brandon Jennings wanted to be in New York. He was so bad. He was bitter at us for years.
Yeah.
We didn't take him.
Yeah. You're going to take Jordan Hill, and then you didn't even need Jordan Hill, bro. Jordan Hill
we already had a bunch of bigs at the time.
Yeah, you don't even Jordan Hill didn't even fit the D'Antoni system
At all.
You know what I'm saying?
Oh,
he wasn't a pick and roll big either.
No.
But he wasn't even a catch and shoot.
If you don't give D'Antoni,
he was a hustle big. That's it.
If you don't give D'Antoni that pick and roll point guard, you might as well fire him.
Right.
D'Antoni was trying his hardest. Like he made that bum Chris Duhon have the all-time record.
Yes, he did.
The most assists in the game.
Yes, he
like
did.
21, 22, something like that.
Yes, he did.
Right.
And Chris Duhon is a bum, by the way.
But in D'Antoni's system, if you can pick and roll and just hit a little jump shot, you're gonna get some bucks.
D'Antoni damn near got felt into an All-Star game.
Almost.
Yeah.
Almost. You know what I'm saying? Even I'm looking back at every time I look back at the Steph Curry draft. Steph Curry draft was 2008
or
was
7.
Was
it
it
2007?
Was it
2008? Yeah, that's what I thought.
Yeah, okay.
So every time I look at the 2008,
like
was it 2009
or 9? Right, because
he came in the 09-010 season.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
Bro, just if you listen to the
Timberwolves are so stupid, man.
Yeah.
Because they screwed up the whole draft completely.
They screwed up the draft. Well, I don't know. I don't think they screwed up the draft for everybody else.
They screwed up
for themselves.
Of course.
You see what I'm saying? Because I believe they had 3 picks in the first round. And
what year is that? Do you talking about 08?
That's the 09. That's the 08-09. When Curry comes in, because remember, their general manager was the geriatric one's protege. And the thought was he's going to be able to trade up into one of their picks.
For sure.
The 09 draft. Okay.
He was going to be able to trade up into one of their picks because that was his protege who was now the general manager, and the dude goes and drafts back-to-back point guards.
Oh, you talking about Minnesota?
Yes.
You talking about Minnesota? Okay. Yeah. Bro, but do you know how different our legacy would have been if we would have if they would have took Steph Curry, and we'd have just relaxed and be like, okay, they just took Steph Curry, right? Golden State needs a point guard, so Golden State probably would have drafted whoever, right? They'd have drafted somebody, but Rubio would have fell to us because Golden State had an immediate need, right? Or at least they felt like it, right? So we just if I think the Knicks with a young Ricky Rubio under Mike D'Antoni, we still get high level point guard play. I'm not going to say Steph Curry. That's not what I'm saying. But at least you would have had your point guard of the foreseeable future.
He would have been a phenom in the city too.
Yeah.
Because that's what they wanted, one of the two, and he doesn't secure either one. He rolls the dice that one of them are going to fall to him
instead of trading.
Instead of trading for that and securing it, it's always been this organization's management's problem. Yeah. They can never pull the trigger when it's just right there.
Bro, that draft has so many point guards.
They can never do it. You come out with Jordan Hill.
When you look immediately afterwards, it's like DeMar.
Pat Dev was in that draft. Danny Green was in that draft, bro.
Drew Holiday was in that draft.
Drew Holiday. Can anybody find footage of Jordan Hill in the Knicks
Patty Mills was in that draft.
Jeff Teague was in that draft.
Oh my God, Jeff Teague is in that draft.
Right.
But hey, we had Tony Douglas on that draft, though.
Oh yeah, that's right. God dog it. I forgot.
Traded for him.
He bought. I think he bought that first round pick.
Yeah, from the Lakers.
Right. Yeah. To come back and get Douglas to save face.
Like, we got a point guard.
Yeah, well, we got a point guard, and guess what? He plays defense.
Yeah.
You know who I thought would have been nicer? Rodriguez Beaubois.
Yeah, Roddy Beaubois. Yeah.
I thought he had some talent, but
yeah, I thought he was gonna do something, but I think didn't he get stuck behind?
He got stuck on the Mavs.
What? The Mavs?
I mean, the Mavs got him. Yeah. He was.
Yeah. You're right. Yeah, you're right.
He was a 2K star though. For sure.
Oh yeah, he was. Yeah, on 2K. Yeah, bro. But it's the Knicks always do it, bro. The Knicks we always do. That's why the same conversation that we're having right now, right? We're going to be talking about this draft that just passed, right? In my opinion, we're going to be having can you believe they passed on Jet Howard? They didn't even try to trade up in the draft, bro. I think we're going to have the same thing. Bilal Coulibaly, all these dudes, bro, we're going to be like, the deepest draft ever. These dudes passed, and we're going to have like 8 Hall of Famers and like 14 All-Stars out of this draft, bro. Yeah, because there are some Hall of Famers that you already know who they are. You already heard their name.
And then it's gonna be a random one where it just worked his way up like Kawhi or something.
Yeah.
Like 15 in the draft.
It happens, bro. It happens like when cats take, bro, like when I forget who did that? I think it was Cats was talking about Michael K. Gilchrist was gonna be the Swiss Army knife. He's gonna be Jimmy Butler.
Oh my God.
You know what I'm saying? And Cats is like, who the hell is Bradley Beal?
Couldn't shoot.
I knew he wasn't gonna be nothing when I first saw his jumper in college.
He just could not. It's like a better version of Ronaldo Balkman.
It's like
when can't shoot.
When do teams realize like you can't draft hustle guys at the top?
You cannot draft those kind of. I remember one year.
Marvin Williams.
Oh, same thing.
Yeah.
Same thing. I remember one year the Nets
didn't even
drafted
start for his team, bro.
Right.
At all. But they thought just because of his athletic ability and all of his measurables, it was going to translate. Same thing with the Nets when they drafted Ed O'Bannon one year. You remember that? Remember Ed O'Bannon?
Yep.
Ed O'Bannon couldn't hit a jump shot in a phone booth.
Right. Right.
There's just you just can't draft those guys at the top of your draft. You can't.
You just can't.
It's like you come in, you top 3 pick, and your best attribute is that you try real hard. It's
Right.
like, nah, you can't sell me on that, bro.
No.
Bro. Nah. But you know, my thing is you would think front offices would be smarter than that, especially in an analytics based business now. And now you look at teams like the Wizards just did it with Bilal Coulibaly. Like, if I ask you what Bilal Coulibaly does, the only thing people will say is, "Hey, he take a lot of pictures with Victor Wembanyama." That's the only thing we know Bilal Coulibaly for, bro. He's
These
a
guys,
decent athlete.
they fall in love with the workout.
Yeah.
Oh,
You
you
see
mean
what I'm
like
saying?
how we did with Kevin Knox?
Yes, same thing.
It's like Kevin Knox bust Miles Bridges' ass in one workout.
Yeah, they fall in love with the workout, and they're not even playing them in a team setting. It's not like they're playing with your starting 4 or 5, and
it wasn't even a 3v3. It was 1-on-1.
They fall in love with these workouts as if
2 days before.
2 days before. Like I said it before. I said it a bunch of times. I remember when I saw Grimes in the trials, in the camps. Every small forward, every shooting guard that went up against him, he bust their ass.
Right.
And I was like, who is this dude? Started doing a little research on him. He was a point guard, turned somehow when he transferred or whatever, they turned him into a shooting guard, blah, 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 and the rest is now history. But I remember up against the best talent in the country, he was dismantling them.
Right. But as a mental block when you get to this level, and everybody's good.
These little dumb little workouts that you have, I remember they were calling Knox the like KD light.
Oh my god!
I remember that. Yeah.
Woo!
They were like, he gets the ball in transition. He's KD and Giannis.
Yeah. And AD, we were on Twitter. No lie. Shout out to Free Keith, right? Me and Free Keith is on the Knicks Twitter thread. That's where we got to know each other. That's where this channel come from, actually. You know what I'm saying? Because all of us were rocking on Twitter. Okay. And I was like, we should do a YouTube channel. They laugh. Man, YouTube channel, that'll never work. But anyway, these dudes on Twitter were like, yo, look at Kevin Knox's foots, bro. He gonna be 7'3". That's how dumb they would sound. That's how dumb they sounded, bro. They were like, look at Knox. Look how long his feet are. You know what I'm saying? He already, they like, yo, he already 6'10" and a half, bro. You know what I'm saying? Look how long his feet are, bro. That dude gonna be 7'1".
His real height, he's 6'7".
Yeah, and then his real height, he's 6'7", bro.
He's just a goofy.
Again,
he's just a Gumby, bro. He look like Gumby.
Again, height, athleticism. He looks good in a suit. He fits the ESPN. I can't remember which one of their guys had doing their draft report, and that's when I've stopped doing this whole drafting anymore. I refuse to do it to myself anymore. I think the Knox draft was the last one I did. And I was reading and I started watching his report, and it stuck out to me where it said lack of motor.
Yeah.
And I'm like, whoa, lack of motor.
Flag.
That has to be a red flag. How do you teach motor?
Especially for us when we always draft lack of motor.
Lack of motor.
We always draft lack of motor, bro.
Bro, Coach Cal had to force feed him. He was coming off picks and down screens and all that type of stuff just to get him going. Like, he never wanted to go get the ball himself.
Now, what I will say this, I did see him in Columbia Life Arena, right? It was him, SGA, Diallo, Vanderbilt, Gabriel, like 2 other NBA players, right? They were stacked. They just didn't have a megastar.
Alpha.
Bro, man, Kevin Knox was getting the ball from out of bounds. SGA was getting ripped. We was laughing. That's why I didn't respect SGA, because I remember
Because you
SGA.
saw it in person, where
Huh?
you saw it in person, and he just left a bad impression.
Yeah, early on, because the SEC is tough.
Yeah.
The SEC is a tough conference, bro. You know what I'm saying? You gonna go through growing pains, right? And it's the reason why I love Quickly, because I saw them double team Quickly and Quickly hit the shot over a double team going into a timeout. Calipari cussed him out. Calipari cussed him out so bad that Calipari needed oxygen, bro. That's how bad he cussed out Quickly. And they were sitting on the bench. Do you know how they sound the horn for you to come back out after the timeout? He coming back out on the floor. Calipari cussed him out all the way on the floor, and quickly turned around and slapped Calipari on the ass. Thanks, coach. And went back out there, and like nothing happened, bro. Like nothing.
Remember, he had a rough first year too.
Yeah. Part of that, and I think part of that had some injury,
Mhm.
and Kentucky didn't believe in him as a guard. I think they believed he was a good enough player to make the roster, but they didn't believe he was NBA talent. They didn't even have him on the. You know how you vote for the SEC Player of the Year, like all these things they give out at games, the little pamphlets you poke a hole and all that. They didn't even have him on it, right? They didn't even have Quickly on none of that stuff, and then the dude wound up being the SEC Player of the Year over Tyrese Maxey. You know what I'm saying? Like this dude legit Quickly legit was that dude. When I saw Knox, you know how the opposing team run out on the floor and all of that stuff and warm up so you get your shots up. Man, Kevin Knox. When I saw Kevin Knox, bro,
Probably
it was
did
like
miss.
it was like angels was playing harps and stuff. It was like everything, bro. It was like the clouds parted and like the sunbeam came down on Knox, because he was like the 6'9". I'm talking about in college. This is what they said. I never knew how tall he was, but his jump shot was perfect. Shot form, the 1-2 left right, get into your shot, high elbow, high wrist release, all that. Man, he looked perfect, bro. But if you're a football fan, he gave you the impression of a Mike Mamula. Anybody remember him from the Eagles?
Mm-hmm.
Where he looked like the next Mark Gastineau?
Workout warrior.
Or until you draft him and find out.
He went to the combines, ran like a 4.5 for a defensive lineman, and leaped 2 buildings and ate 50 burgers and all kinds. He went into some.
He was saving.
Oh yeah,
he was saving damsels from burning buildings.
Oh, absolutely.
And getting kicked out of trees and all this stuff, right? Yep. Same thing with Knox. When you saw Knox, I saw Knox dunk on Chris Silver. the Kevin Knox dunk on Chris Silver, bro. When Knox take off 2 feet and he like leaning backwards and he yam it with 2 hands on Chris Silver, you like, yo, he dunked on Chris Silver. Next thing he went from being like the 21st prospect in the joint to like a top 10 pick, just off the dunk off Chris Silver, and it was nasty. It was nasty, bro. It was.
I never saw it. He might be the most invested first round pick the Knicks invested in since Ewing.
Did they? I mean, he didn't.
Fisdale did everything for this dude.
He didn't start in his second year though.
No. Because after the first year, they knew after the first, they went out and signed 5 power forwards in his second year
and 5 shooting guards
and 5 shooting guards.
They told Reggie Bullock, "Yeah, Reggie, we'll wait for your neck to heal." Remember that? They were like, "Yo, Knox is so trash. We'll wait on your neck to heal."
That's how impressed they was.
Yep. Yep. For now.
Remember that?
They
Remember
gave him like
Mars?
30 minutes a night for a whole year.
They
And then
had
like,
they backdoored San Antonio, was some way able to get Mars.
Yep.
Once Mars came on the team, bye Kevin.
Yeah. Yeah.
That was it.
I appreciate Mars for giving us IQ.
Yes.
Your services were appreciated.
Yeah.
Even if you were a ball hog.
And that was the starting of the ending between Perry and Mills.
Yeah.
Because Mills wanted to give him a contract. Perry wanted to trade him. If they didn't fire Mills, Mills was about to sign him to a 4-year deal.
Yeah.
Off of that one half a season
Where he was shooting like 47%.
Yes, where he was shooting like 40-something% from 3.
We found the goal.
Mills was ready to give him a 4-year deal.
Lifetime contract.
And the Clippers regret resigning that guy.
Yep.
Badly.
Mills was ready. And I like Morris. I like Morris, but no, I'm not doing that. I'm not doing that.
No.
Like I'm not giving a bag to a guy that's like 29 that's just now having his breakout.
Yeah.
He's 34 now, so he was like 28, 29 having his breakout.
If I had Brunson, if Morris is 29 now and I got Brunson, he wants a 4-year deal? Yeah, I'd give him that 4-year deal before I give Hart.
Yeah.
If he's 29, absolutely.
Because this dude is 6'8", 240, 235, 240. He tough.
Yes.
He gonna defend 2 through 4. Yeah.
Absolutely. 28, 29. Would I give him that money before Hart? Absolutely.
Yeah, absolutely.
Absolutely. If I have a Brunson, absolutely. I didn't have a Brunson back then. Like Mills, what are you thinking? But you're the same guy who gave Baker a guaranteed 2-year deal. That's what you're thinking. That's how you think.
He came out there and got his face broke by Anthony Davis on a dunk. You remember that?
Man, that man need to be a plumber somewhere. Or something.
that man got a guaranteed 2-year deal, 2-year, $9 million contract.
For what?
What he went to? Wichita State or something
like that?
Yeah,
he played with Fred VanVleet.
And Anthony Early.
Yes.
Anthony Early left like the year before that. These dudes, they was in a Sweet 16 together. So I think that's how I get. So Fred VanVleet, I think, was a 5th-year senior. I think. And Ron Burgundy was a 4th-year senior, and Cle Anthony Early had left like the year before that. So they had their little run, but yeah, man.
So it was the Wichita boys before it's the Villanova boys. Well, no, it was the Kentucky boys. Then the
Yeah.
I mean, it's still the Kentucky boys if you look at my avatar.
Yeah, that's true.
They drafted early over Joker.
Yeah.
I'll say this though. 30 other teams drafted a player before Joker, including the Nuggets.
And Draymond, they did the same.
Yeah, that's fine. Too. That's fine. But I'm not a fan of 30 other teams. That's all fine. That's all fine and dandy. But I'm not like I said. You don't get to hang your laurels on that. 30 other teams make. So what? I don't care about them I don't care about them 30. I care that you missed it.
And you know when I knew we screwed up, Jokic came to the Garden and destroyed us, and we were like, "Who is this guy?
Who is this guy?
Like how he came here and dropped 40 on us?
Who is this guy?
I thought we had the best Euro. You were just destroying KP too.
I remember
KP had nothing to do.
I remember that game. Couldn't do nothing with him because you could see from even from early with Joker, you could see that he's like a tree. He's like a tree that you have.
I guess his position is nothing you can do.
There's nothing you can do with him. You have you can't uproot him. KP, you could uproot.
In that respect, Jokic is definitely an old school center. In that respect, where he gets his position, you just got to put your hands up. He's just gonna do his move and finish.
He's gonna do his move. The play is gonna come to him. He's gonna make the right pass
every single time.
Every single time. If you back up, even if you don't back up off of him, he will hit that. Oh my God, that shot he hit against AD. AD shook his head and was like, "Oh my God."
The sidestep. What they call it, the soundboard shuffle.
Something.
He sidestepped off the wrong foot, by the way.
Can't jump, but once he's down there for the rebound, he's gonna get the board. He's one of those type of centers where you don't mind that he doesn't really block shots because why? You can't
get everything else.
He's doing everything else, and you can't get him out of his positioning.
You're not gonna speed him up.
You're not gonna speed him up. And defensively, you still have to, even though he's not blocking your shot, you still have to go around him.
Right. You know, it's funny that he's so smart and cerebral. He led the league in kickballs on purpose, just to stop teams from getting layups. Like, yo, you're not gonna get this layup. You set that shot clock, you're gonna have to score in 14 seconds against the set defense.
Right.
You know how pissed off players are?
Fans and players were pissed off because every time they would try to like do a slip screen or do a pick and roll, he would just drop his leg and kick it because it's like, no, I see it coming. I know what you're gonna do. So I'm gonna just stand in this lane and I'm gonna get this kickball and you're gonna start this play over against the set defense.
Right.
Try to score.
Right.
I'm being so serious. I think Jokic is probably top 5 smartest players I've ever seen.
He's a smart. You know, he's just a very. It just goes to show you what hard work and determination can get you.
And playing with no ego, because if you watch Jokic play, he could care less about how much he scores.
Right.
He only scores based on the coverages or how he's being guarded. Like the games where he gets 40 and 50, it's because he realizes he's getting one-on-one, so he's just gonna take it.
Right.
When he sees the help, he passes, no matter what it is.
You know what Joker is, and it's gonna sound crazy when I say it, but Jokic is the embodiment of what the 80s Boston Celtics used to be like, bro. Like all those dudes, like McHale, like Kevin McHale, talking about basketball IQ, Danny Ainge, bro, Larry Bird, Bill Walton, Jim Paxson, Scott Seasting, them dudes, bro. Dre, no lie, the Knicks came out one year. We had a roster of a bunch of athletes, right? It was like, I think it was like 87, 88, may have been 87. The Knicks had a bunch of decent athletes, bro. Boston had our athletes like on a string, but it's like they was playing with cotton, bro. They would do ball fakes and do legit with like
fly
on the floor. Yeah. You're like, oh my, yo, we put this dude number 34, Kenny Skywalker, on Kevin McHale, bro. I don't even know
that's not your favorite player, AD.
Bro, I don't even know why did they give him. You know he changed numbers, right? But initially they gave that dude that big man number. They gave him a big man number, bro. They were like,
they gave him 34 initially.
Yeah,
and then he started wearing 7.
Yep. Take that big man number off, bro. You ain't no big man. They took the big man number off and gave him a guard number, bro.
It just made no sense. It's one of those things where, you know what I mean? It's hard as fans sometimes to try and, give off what you know to be as fact to people who supposedly are getting paid to do this.
Right.
You understand? Looking at Kenny Walker, he never took a jump shot in college.
Right.
He was basically a 5 at 6'8", 210.
Yep.
They're drafting him thinking he is going to match up with McHale. Right. They literally drafted him to match up with McHale, 6'11". Like, you didn't see what he did to Ralph Sampson.
Gangly arms and
How the
elbows.
hell is Kenny Walker going to deal with this?
Bro.
You're
Bro.
mad. They were drafting him to put him next to Bernard. It was gonna be him, Bernard, and Cartwright.
Yeah.
That's what him, Bernard, they were gonna be, or better yet, no, I'm sorry. It's gonna be him, Ewing, and Cartwright.
Yeah.
They were calling it the Skyline.
Yeah.
That's a fire name.
Can you imagine anything with Bill Cartwright in it? Skyline, and Bill Cartwright's pictures underneath that.
We got to take a break, bro. We got to take a break right there, bro. There's no way. AD, I'm with you. I'm with you. I'm with you. You know why? Here's the thing. Now, hindsight is 2020, right? Right. Hindsight is 2020, right? But Dre, listen, they took Kenny Skywalker. Guess who they could have taken? And this is the conversation I have with my uncles all the time.
What draft was he in? 86?
Yeah. The Dennis Rodman draft.
Oh God.
The John Sally draft. The Mark Price draft. The Ron Harper draft.
Mark Price with Patrick Ewing, an inside outside. Oh.
Or Pearl Washington? Could you have at least taken Pearl Washington?
Yeah.
I know he was a bust, right? I know he was a bust, but I didn't think he was going to be a bust at the time.
I didn't think he was a bust. I think he got to the Swamp, and when Jersey drafted him, it was the wrong place for him.
It was the wrong place for him.
Yeah, and he didn't, because Pearl is one of the Lord.
Well, could they have at least drafted Walter Berry?
I wanted them to draft Walter Berry because that made more sense. He was a low post scoring forward who was dominant in the paint.
Right.
Kenny Walker, no one is ever going to mistake Kenny Walker of being anything of dominance outside of his slam dunk winning moment. And that's no disrespect to Kenny. You're not drafting Kenny thinking that is going to be a championship with Cartwright next to Ewing.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? It's like parking Toyotas next to, the Phantom.
Right.
Then they had this thought. Oh, we're gonna make Ewing a power forward.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Yep.
Where did they do that at?
They drafted this dude over Drazen Petrovic. They drafted this dude over Anthony Bowie. They're one of the best athletes I've ever seen in my life, Anthony Bowie.
The draws is the mistake because at the time it was still a big stigma against the European players.
For the Knicks. for the Knicks, bro.
Yeah, and all you had to do is watch draws one time.
Yep.
Instant.
Yep.
The moment he got the jersey. Instant.
Yep. Yeah. You even in Portland, you like, who's that dude they keep bringing off the bench? He all right.
He was about to go home.
Yeah, he's about to go. Yeah. Yeah.
But you couldn't blame Portland because you got Clyde.
Right, you got Clyde, bro.
You're not about to get no run with Clyde, no serious run.
Nah, he ain't. No, that's why they traded Jim Paxson. Jim Paxson made the All-Star team, bro. They traded him too.
Same deal.
Yeah, and Jim Paxson made the All-Star team and got traded, bro. You know what I'm saying? The Knicks, we always do the Knicks type stuff, bro.
You can't tell me it's this difficult, Freezie.
Bro,
I don't care. It can't be this difficult to win a championship. I don't care.
How do you draft him even over Johnny Dawkins? Johnny Dawkins, you remember the Johnny Dawkins Tommy Amica, Kevin Strickland backcourt at Duke.
Yeah,
Jay Billis.
I wasn't a fan of Dawkins. I wouldn't have drafted Dawkins. I didn't think much of him.
Yeah, hey Dre. So I don't know if you ever saw him play, but Johnny Dawkins was a vending machine version of De'Aaron Fox.
A vending machine. Was he left-handed?
I can't remember. But he
left-handed. I can't remember either.
But he was a superior athlete, a dude that looked like he. You know Johnny Dawkins, coach. With the coach Taco Fall and them. The coach, Coach Johnny Dawkins.
Mm-hmm.
But Johnny Dawkins was like the vending machine version of De'Aaron Fox. The hops,
the McDonald's at home version of De'Aaron Fox. You got McDonald's at the house.
Yeah,
and it's him.
Yeah, he was like, yeah. So, but how did Knicks pass up on Johnny Dawkins? How they passed up on, and I could see them passing up on Dennis Rodman because Dennis Rodman was an unknown commodity. But John Sally played at Georgia Tech, bro. That's Georgia Tech heyday.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying?
They passed up the player outside of Berry who I wanted them to take. What I wanted them to take was Roy Tarpley.
Roy Tarpley.
Because at the time they were still doing the Twin Towers thing. And that made sense because he was as physically as gifted as Ewing.
What about Hot Rod Williams?
Remember, Hot Rod had that. What was it? The point shaving. Something was going on with Hot Rod. Hot Rod is not until like some. I think he's like one of the pending status free agents that Cleveland signed him like at some point that season. I remember something like that.
Right.
Right. But he was good. He was a serviceable big.
Right.
More than serviceable big. Excuse me.
Right. Yep. He got drafted in 86, suspended for the year, didn't play until 87. They traded for him before the season, and he came in as a rookie with Cleveland.
And they put him, and he was in that little try with Doherty, Nance, and him. He was the sixth man. He was the 6th, 7th guy, but he was in that trifecta as far as bigs.
Right. Sabonis was in this draft also, right?
Right.
Scott Skiles was in this draft.
That draft was an interesting draft. It was drug laden.
Yeah.
God rest the dead bias.
Yeah.
Washburn goes number 3 to Golden State.
That's the dumbest. Yeah, Chris Washburn, bro.
I watched the documentary on him recently. He blew through that money within like 4 years.
It was alcohol. Was he the alcohol guy?
He was alcohol and drugs too.
Oh man.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He had a minefield of guys. Either because when Walter Berry gets in the league, mind you, I thought Walter Berry was going to be an absolute flat out star in the NBA.
Yeah.
I think Walter got drafted by Portland. Walter said at the moment he got to training camp, what he realized was how much bigger all of these guys were.
Yep.
And it kind of, jolted his reality for a bit. And I was like, damn.
He couldn't bully everybody, yo. He was a big guy on camp. Yeah.
He wasn't that, the same offensive dominance. He was nowhere near that in the NBA.
Right.
And his physicalness in college didn't translate. So you can only imagine Kenny Walker's less physical than a Walter Berry. It just didn't make any sense. I had read something one time where they said, well, they really wanted Chuck Persons, but Indiana drafted him 1 pick in front of him.
Really?
That's the story of your life.
Yeah, that's always our excuse, bro. That's always our excuse. So, like even right now, man, I'm hoping that the Knicks draft the Stephon Castle kid out of UConn. a big do-it-all guard to play next to um Jalen Brunson, right? But what's gonna happen is we're gonna slide on the board, and his name is gonna be called, and he's gonna go somewhere like Minnesota and have a fantastic career playing next to Anthony Edwards. And we're gonna be like, yo, man, you know what I'm saying? All we had to do was just trade up, man, one pick, man, blah, blah. It's the same old story all around the world.
No,
Same song.
They're saving their picks. Remember, it's for the next star. It's Embiid. Philly's going to trade Embiid in conference down the turnpike.
In division.
To
your rival.
To their rival, right. New York Knicks. Woo!
It's gonna happen.
Yo,
we were saying the same thing. They were saying the same thing about Iverson. Y'all remember when Iverson got traded?
Yeah.
When it was like, when Philly was like, yeah, man, we just telling him to relax, man. We, you know what I'm saying, it's the end of the road. We're gonna see what we can get. It's you know what I'm saying, this thing is gone as far as it can go. We're gonna trade AI, man, and blah blah blah. And the Knicks are like, but who was the point guard when Iverson got you? Tony Douglas. But we like Tony Douglas. I guess that was the narrative.
It's always something. Let's ask the World Wide West insider. Hey, Dre, what's the latest on Embiid to the Knicks? I think Dre zoned out.
He fainted, bro. I think he fainted when you said that.
Man. Left me speechless. I had no words for that one.
Oh my God. The insider has no breaking news, ladies and gentlemen. Who are still up with us at minutes to 3 in the morning.
Yeah, man.
Yo, I'm out, fellas.
Speaking of which, I was just gonna say, man, I'm gonna get out of here so I can, you know,
great
what I'm saying,
show.
Be ready for
this.
Out
with y'all in a minute.
Be ready for this 8 o'clock meeting.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, man. So real quick, Dre, before we get out of here,
yep.
the Knicks have AD real quick, man. The Knicks have 4 picks in the top 39. Is it possible the Knicks are going to consolidate players and picks to try to get a star, out of the draft or in the league already?
I think it's in the league.
In the league for sure.
I think it's in the league. It's just
who.
It's just who
and when
and are they gonna finally pull the trigger?
They keep waiting for this like ideal scenario to happen.
You know, yeah.
And it may not ever actually happen. So you need to just count your chips.
What's the ideal scenario? You're gonna wait another off season on Donovan? Is that the ideal scenario?
You
think Cleveland's gonna do you a favor and do a sign and trade? You know, to send it? No.
I think.
And if there's anything that's to tell you in this, I guess, scenario in the NBA, guys are not going where they want to. And teams are still getting their haul back by breaking up these guys into other smaller deals with the pieces that they get back.
I think the ideal scenario is the Knicks take all these picks and trade up in the draft and draft Ron Holland. And then trade RJ this summer or next summer.
Yeah, I don't think RJ's gonna be on this team too much longer. Be honest with you.
And listen, y'all know I love RJ, right? But at some point, if the kid don't fit, you must have quit or something. I'm just trying to think of something to say. I'm trying to find something cute to say about the thing to make it more palatable. Right. At some point, you know what I'm saying? At some point you gotta do I think I love RJ, man, and I want RJ to be a Knick for the next 15 years, man. you know. But if he's not producing, he is going to be the scapegoat. You know, we have a scapegoat every year. And we have a scapegoat.
He didn't have to be a scapegoat. He doesn't have to be a scapegoat. He didn't have to be a scapegoat. You see what I'm saying, Freezie? It's you. Not because you draft somebody means that they're going to be on your team for life. This is a commodity sell and buy business.
But you're speaking reasonably, bro. Knicks fans are not reasonable.
That's another reason why we haven't won a championship.
Right. And for that reason, I'm saying if the kid don't fit, yeah, something.
I mean, he played like he in jail. Like he was in jail.
You know, let's see. I mean, you know, I don't want to. I'm erasing last year. Last year is last year. That's where we left off. Let's see what he brings to the table this year.
He gotta be 40% from three and 90% from the free throw line. One or the other. I prefer both. I think both are attainable, right? But
I think if you get 75% from the free throw line, you should be happy.
He got 75 last year.
Yeah, if he's 75% from the free throw line, he gonna give us the same thing he gave us last year. You know what I'm saying?
I think it's efficiency with RJ. Overall, he's never gonna be that athletically gifted guy that got drafted ahead, and some guys who got drafted after him. That's just not the gifts he was born with.
But you don't have to be that guy. You don't.
That's what I'm saying. If he was more efficient,
right,
those things go away.
If he was 46 from the field, 37 from three,
you'd be happy
from the line.
Nah, that still wouldn't. Oh no, all that means is that he scores more points, but he's not a threat. What I'm saying is RJ Barrett doesn't have anything that threatens. And for example, if I ask you, what does Anthony Edwards have in his bag that threatens NBA teams on the court?
He's a nuclear weapon.
Right. That's what I'm saying.
But I'm saying, Freezie, with this current iteration of team, you don't really need a nuclear weapon. If we're running it like this, you just need to win within the margins of 5 more points per game, I guess.
Nah, that don't make you nobody. All that does is it secures your place as a 5th seed.
Okay.
And,
I think that makes you more close to like a 2nd seed or 3rd seed.
By RJ shooting 46% makes you the 2nd seed?
Yeah. If your 3rd option is more consistent.
If he's more, because that speaks to consistency. If he's more consistent, you know, that propels you.
If he's like, I'll put it this way, Freezie. Most teams in the league don't have a 3rd option averaging 20 on good splits. If you do have a 3rd option getting you 20 on good splits, you're probably a top 2 seed. Just look around the league right now.
Yeah.
The Suns right now probably gonna have 3 guys that are all relatively very efficient scorers.
I think you're leaving parts out of the equation, bro.
I'm just
right. So I'll give you for an example.
I'm painting a picture this way because if you were to place RJ as that with the current depth that we do have, because the other teams around the league that do have 3 guys don't necessarily have our depth or consistency or level of play to fall back off of. But
right.
if RJ was just more consistent, I think 5 more points towards our total play every single night would end up winning us a ton more games in just a grander scheme. Now, will it make us a true title contender? I don't think so.
I think you're diminishing that. Yeah, I think what you're leaving out of the equation is how good the number 1 and 2 options are for those teams that have an efficient 3rd option, right? Because for instance, when you bring up Phoenix, right? Bradley Beal will be the 3rd option, right?
He's gonna get 20, easiest 20 in his life.
But look how good the number 1 and 2 options are, bro. You know what I'm saying? That's what I'm saying with RJ. in order for it to have that time, in my opinion, in order for RJ to be successful in the way that you put it, Randall and Brunson have to be outstanding. Like that old funk song. There's an old R&B funk song.
Hey, Freezy,
Outstanding.
what if I told you Randall and Brunson since January both averaged well over 25 points per game at the same
Yeah.
time?
Look at
That's
Randall's shooting. Look at Randall's shooting percentage though.
46%, 45?
42%.
No. I don't think last year he was like 45,
Yeah.
46
His
last year.
his numbers went. Yeah, his numbers took a dive after the All-Star break, bro. I think now I may be wrong, but
I'll
I
say
know his
for the
rebounding
season,
for sure took a
I'll say
downturn.
for the season he shot 46%,
Okay.
which you want to be higher, to be absolutely honest, for a power
For a
forward.
power forward, yeah.
You want that to be higher. And
But his
Randall
numbers
says
are
Randall says himself he thinks he's going to be the most efficient in his career this year. That's what he said himself.
like summertime talk.
It sounded like summertime talk, but Randall also said he never watched game film until this summer. So
damn embarrassing. Anyway, fellas, I'm out.
Yeah, man. All right, thank y'all for watching, man. We are out of here to get some rest. Thank y'all for watching. Peace, everybody.